I didn't see the parallel bar, and I knocked myself.
Kevin!
Wait, no. What happened now?
I hit my forehead on the bar and woke up on my back with about 24 first graders standing over top of me, just staring at me.
Oh, Kevin!
Wow.
Was it over blacktop?
No, it was in Stones.
Man, you're
Stones,
lucky.
really.
Did any of the kids think to call 911 or anything?
No, my son helped me up and took me into the office so I could get some ibuprofen.
Uh-huh.
I have never been so embarrassed
Did
in
the
all my
nurse
life.
put some ice on your
No
forehead?
kidding. First graders, do the kids not want you to supervise anymore?
Oh, no, they thought it was funny.
I'm laughing, too. I'm
sure,
with them.
Sure, they point at you every time you come into the schoolyard.
When I was younger, in my 20s, and I'd see a young, beautiful girl, I'd be, oh, I got to get that. And now it's, oh, I'll never get that. Because young girls are filled with sugar and spice and everything nice, and I'm filled with anger and semen and shame. How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual. Mm-hmm. Beer, pizza, sex, gum, shampoo, sex, burritos, tires, sex. And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Mm. Where's my Sprite, my new car? And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies. Mm-hmm. I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect strangers eating cookies. No. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
This is a song I wrote for a special person.
All right.
Each time I need a trusted friend, you're there. With tears to dry and a heart to mend, you're there. And when I'm down in misery and the whole world turns its back on me and I need some love and sympathy, you're there. Nice, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. And when I'm weary and tired of trying, honey, you're there. And anytime I need a shoulder to cry on, you're there. And sometimes when I come home with a heavy heart and weary bones and I need a little time alone, you're there. I want to turn the stereo on, but you're there. I gotta get in to use the John, but you're there. And when I wake up lovingly and turn on my pillow, hoping to see Kim Bassinger smiling back at me, you're there. Oh, this is more of a good thing than I ever planned. How much damn togetherness can a one-man stand? Don't get me laughing here.
All right, sorry.
I want to flop down in my favorite chair, but you're there. I can't see in the mirror to comb my hair, 'cause you're there. And when I want a little snack at night, I sneak down to the fridge to get a little bite. I see a big fat ass blocking out the light, 'cause you're there.
Yeah, right there. Really,
Still there.
really right there. During the
I thought this was over.
quarantine. Why live from the Bob and Tom Studios. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
By the way, you're allowed to go 10 miles an hour faster wherever you are, except for a school zone, beginning in 3, 2, go.
Just let him go.
But officer, Tom said I could go faster.
I don't think that's true at all.
No, it's not.
There aren't songs that make you crank up the speed
Well,
of your
of
car.
course.
No, I don't think it'd be that one. You're There by Pat Daly. It's kind of a mellow.
No, not really a
Not really a jam.
accelerator.
Not Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Doesn't that make you?
Well, once again, bad
Babe
example.
by Styx.
No.
I'll give you money by Frampton. I'll
Radar Love.
stand
yes.
there and accelerator
Man.
to that.
Radar Love, a solid 50 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Hello, Tom.
Oh, sorry, we're off topic.
Hello, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Hello, Josh.
Hey, Chicky.
Hello, Willie G.
He's just spreading misinformation.
I know he is.
It's not misinformation, it's a
Hello,
lie.
Ace. Hi, Pat.
Hi, Chick.
And we're back to Tom.
Is that one of my shirts, Pat?
Yeah, actually. Oh, that's a good one.
We've got an issue.
What?
What's that?
Green room problem.
Oh,
What's the matter?
I don't know what's going on, and I'm not complaining. I just think
No.
it's odd, and I'm kind of curious.
Now, there's a fridge in there. There's a microwave in. There's
Yep.
a toaster in there, but
we
I'm
got-
not in there. I have my own refrigerator.
We got sodas. The filthy staff, we go in there, still go in there and have sodas and things. And
I asked John to begin to restock the room to a degree.
okay.
Okay,
John
it
must
John.
be.
Whoever's restocking the green room loves peanuts of all shapes and sizes.
All kinds of nuts.
We have, I don't know. We've got cashews. We've got almonds.
You're
We've
not
got
supposed to eat.
pistachios.
You're not supposed to eat stuff like that when you're on the radio.
I'm just telling you. That's what we've got.
Well, that's because
Every
he's not on the
day.
radio. He'd like to be.
And
but
now, we've got something called nutrition.
what?
I saw that.
Nutrition,
Yes.
What is
which
that?
is it's heart healthy. A nut mix.
It's a nut mix.
And one of those words you like edutainment.
Hate words like that.
Nutrition.
Although I'm a big fan, I do like nuts and.
So there's walnuts and pecans.
There's every day we come in,
It's-
there's a new flavor.
It's good. and like a
I
big
specifically-
5-pound bag.
Yeah.
I specifically withdrew all of the.
Now I'm not complaining.
I got
just think
tired
it's
of
odd.
walking in the green room, and then because I'm buying all that crap, and there was more terrible food in there, and
Well, evidently the solution's nuts.
Nuts. And it's hard to eat nuts on the air. You're right.
It's nuts. Nuts-a-palooza in there,
I
man.
think John
Especially
is mistaken
almonds.
this for the Squirrel and Crow show.
there's probably some really bad morning show out there. Hey, it's the Nut Bunch.
We got honey
Oh, I
roasted.
like the nut bunch.
I was really sad when that one nut left. Yeah.
We had to become the Nut Bunch when we got sued for trying to use Zoo and then Breakfast Club. Somebody else had it.
I'm telling you, if you go in there, you'll go, what the hell is going on?
Well, I don't go in there.
Every surface is
I
covered
try to avoid
With
going in there at
nuts.
all
with
costs.
5 or 6 cans of nuts.
Yes.
I'm
You're not
not
supposed
kidding.
to. You can't eat chips or anything salty when you're on the air. It's-
Why?
Can we make requests?
Full breakfast.
Here it
I
comes.
brought
What have
in
you
some
never
stuff.
tried, Ace?
No, I'm just saying in
taken
general
home?
for you.
What would you
Chick
like?
likes his Diet Pepsi. Yeah.
Right? What do you want?
What do you
please?
need?
I have no specific desires.
You said
I thought you wanted to make a request.
No, I said, can we make requests?
You can
So
make a
you're
request. Go.
So you're just being an agitator.
Chick, can I tell you something that agitates you?
Go.
At his house,
Uh-oh.
it is snack heaven.
I bet it is.
There is dried fruits. There is sparkling waters of every flavor.
that
It's
right?
incredible.
See, now you got it together.
None of
at
which
your
I
house.
eat.
So you got it together.
None of which I eat. What do you eat? Do you not snack at all, ever?
Very rarely.
I don't see him.
I just
You know
yesterday
what?
I bought some salted almonds.
Oh.
Wouldn't
And
it be fun?
I was really upset though because I almost walked out to the door with these almonds soaked in apple cider salted almonds, and they mark them on the bottom. It's ridiculous.
What a
Wouldn't it
Why
be
tragedy.
would you
great if-
soak your almonds in
believe it.
apple cider?
Wouldn't it be great though?
They're
if
probably
Tom,
great, I don't
Tom
know.
at the end of his show goes home, flops in the big easy recliner with a big bag of chips, and we don't know anything at all about
Classic
it.
Lay's potato chips.
No,
Oh.
I would like to though.
Lights a cigarette.
Yeah, and then announces, "Don't talk to me," and my shows are on.
Get me a Miller High Life.
How it's made's on. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Now we used to have, as you know, Willie grew up in the green room pretty much. We used to have full cafeteria. What was it? Catering.
Yeah, Terry, he was the best.
He died, right?
No.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry.
Oh, my.
Okay, somewhere Terry is listening, looking at the radio, going, "I'm dead."
I think he got a new job and he couldn't do the catering anymore.
I think
He
he'd had it with you, to be
Yeah.
quite honest.
I want his recipes because
What was the
I
deal?
would
Because he
love.
called himself Terry, but his real name was like Jeff.
I know, something weird.
I'm serious.
It's true.
I'm not kidding.
He's a chef. He's eccentric.
He made the best brownies and the best
Chicken
cheesy
tetrazzini.
potato
No.
casserole.
The potato casserole was, and that was the greatest
Meatloaf.
meatloaf I've ever had in
And
my life.
macaroni and cheese.
And the chicken tetrazzini.
Maybe
I
we could get
still
him
try
back
to
one
make.
day a week. I think didn't he move over by the airport?
No.
I don't know. I'll call him. Make a call and see
I
if
heard,
we can
he's,
find him.
I heard he's dead. I don't think he can come back.
I think he tried to poison your food.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
But
it's
seriously,
so good.
I remember one time someone we called him Terry.
Yeah.
And then his came in with his wife or somebody, and she called him something else. But it wasn't like a cool. It wasn't like Duke or Rocky. It was just like Jeff.
You're right.
Is this like you got his name wrong one time and then
No,
you just stuck
no.
with it?
No. That's
a good
normally
point.
that's what would usually happen.
But no, all of us called him Terry.
I called Mark Allison, who's worked with us for 20 years. I called him Mike for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
Mike Mark whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
him.
So sorry about that, but no, I don't know. Anyway, in any event, the green room crisis. Too much nuts.
Too many nuts.
No, it's not a crisis. It's just crazy.
observation.
It's humorous. It's unbelievable.
John asked me earlier in the week because I had them shut down all food in the green room for safety reasons. I said, look, I don't want people touching the same stuff. The same reason I have all the doors propped open so nobody gets the CV from touching light switches.
Oh, God.
Hey, so far so good. Knock on wood. Right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're taking credit for us not having the virus. You're proclaiming yourself a health savior right in front of our
I've made
eyes.
arrangements. We have the sanitary goop and squirters all over the building, and we've got things quarantined off. I just thought the fewer people in there, the safer we'll be.
Right.
It's a small
Sure.
green room. And so I said, don't bring any more stuff in.
Right?
And so you guys have, of course, eaten everything that was in there. So I said to John.
Of course, like filthy
Yes.
beggars that we are.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like pigs in a sty.
That's
You
us.
can't keep them out of the food. I buy it and then it
I
disappears.
said, John said, hey, can I restock the green room? So I didn't give him instructions. Sure, go ahead. I didn't think he'd go by.
We got goldfish crackers.
We got new goldfish. We got
Of
what's
every
it?
variety.
Rainbow,
You guys got
pretzel.
yogurt over there?
Rainbows and cheese.
Again, none of
Any
the
yogurt?
stuff you should eat on the air.
No yogurt.
No.
Why can't we eat crackers?
Chick eats all this stuff on the air, and I think he
Yeah.
does a fine job.
We've been doing it for years.
I hide it. And every now and then you'll catch
okay,
me.
pretend we're coming out of a break, and I'll be Chick. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Ace, you better start. I can't talk right now. That's how the break starts.
That happens at least twice a morning, but still.
it's 80%. I think quite well.
Like your third week at radio school, they go, here's what you want to do.
Don't eat on
You
it.
don't want to drink things that are really cold.
I never heard that
I never
one.
heard
like
that
everything.
before.
Yeah,
Why?
you're not supposed to drink
There
cold
we go.
fluids.
Why?
That's why.
And something with your vocal cords.
Yeah, you're supposed to drink. So for years, I would have clear glasses
And
of
now
iced
here's
tea.
Tom with wild claims and unfounded rumors. Tom?
His water is ice cold all day.
I brought in my own ice tray.
Yeah.
And that's legendary voice Ace Cosby.
Yeah.
And I brought in
Well, that's because he only has to speak occasionally when spoken to.
and I brought in some fresh fruit today to eat
Fresh fruit.
Fresh fruit. That's very
You're
good.
a fresh fruit.
for the fridge. Some hot pockets.
And you're still using that fridge, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I have my own private
You
fridge.
brought in
Yes,
Hot
we have.
Pockets?
No, you asked me what I want. I want some hot pockets.
I brought
there
in
you go.
some Jimmy Dean things, whatever.
Oh, okay. He's dead. He's dead with
been
Terry.
dead for years.
But Jimmy
Yeah, but he
Dean-
makes a good product.
and
Good
he's still,
breakfast product.
he's still doing the commercials.
He sure
Yeah,
is.
he is.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
cheap. You don't want to pay anybody else? Just going into the archives?
Guys in the
Do
ground.
accusing the dead guy? Don't worry about paying him.
6 feet under.
You start to think some of the sausage. Oh, never mind.
Hey, you don't want to see how the Jimmy Dean's made.
Delicious.
Yeah,
Real-
like,
real
don't you-
Jimmy Dean.
Don't you go ruining that for
I
me.
will not. It's so good.
God, I love him.
Well, I'll talk to John about what he's getting for the green room. I
No,
said,
don't.
Nutfest.
I think
It's
I think
fine.
if anything, what would be funny is if we have more different nuts tomorrow. I mean, you
Filberts?
almost
We don't have any filberts.
there's no room on any of the countertops to put anything else but
Nuts.
like you can place a hand. That's it. Everything else is covered with nuts and raisins. And it's
Oh,
the weirdest.
raisins.
Go in. I demand when we go to commercial, go in there.
Covered with nuts. That sounds like
Covered
the
with
bar at
nuts.
the Ramrod Lounge in Greenwich
boy.
Village in 1968.
I had a lot higher hopes for the term nutrition, but no one bit. So
Nutrition.
Yeah, that's.
I like that.
Ugh, I hate words like that. What do they call those again? Portmanteau or something? What
Yeah,
is it when you
portmanteau.
take- Portmanteau.
Yeah.
Oh, like guesstimate?
Yes. Yeah.
Hate it. Coming up, however,
Yes.
what else do you hate?
something that we should have patented. We've been talking about this forever on the show.
What?
mixing cereals.
Oh, yeah.
Which I always do. In fact, Willie was at dinner last night with me, and in spite of the fact that we had that delicious, what is that called? Broccolini.
I don't know what it was.
Sausage pasta.
One of the girls, she goes, "Could I have daddy cereal?"
All of a sudden, so of course.
There's a special name for it.
My 4-year-old wants daddy cereal, which is a couple cereals mixed together.
So do you mix those names of the cereals together to arrive at your name?
I do not. It's just daddy cereal. But the point is, we all mix cereals, I think.
No, I don't. I've never
I
have.
do.
No, I never have.
I do.
I had never even considered it until you guys started talking
love
about
it.
it.
I always mix cereals. Come on, Josh, get a little creative.
Watch
okay?
Josh's face.
Kick out the jams a little bit.
Honey Nut Cheerios and Raisin Bran. Oh, yeah.
Well, way to ruin both.
No kidding.
Are you out of your mind?
So good.
But one of the major cereal companies, our friends at Kellogg's,
and a mountain of coconut sugar.
did you see this? They're going to have
did.
and they're mixing 2 cereals in the box. You can buy them pre-mixed.
Uh-huh.
I knew we should have trademarked this idea.
Now they tried to tell us this like last year.
I don't
year
think
ago,
they-
yeah.
I don't think-
and if you remember,
Yeah.
the cereal they were in 2 different bags. They weren't
Right.
actually mixed. Are they trying to pull that one again, or are they actually mixing
they
them?
We'll
in
have to
package?
wait and see.
I don't think they were mixed in the box the first time we got this story.
I called the BBB a couple times
Yeah.
about it.
It's called mashup, I think.
It is called mashup.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it works. But you're free to mix your own. I can't believe you.
No. When I
like
want
this apartheid of cereals.
No, he doesn't want to.
This separate but equal.
those are my cereals. When I want Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that's what I want.
That's a good cereal.
You don't want Toast Crunch mixed?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, then throw in some shredded wheat.
Honey Nut Cheerios? Oh, God.
Good
You
Lord.
can have all the shredded wheat you
It's
want.
like ordering a pizza and then stepping on it.
But Chick, you do put Stolichnaya in your Metamucil.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's different, yeah.
Just a spoonful of medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
It dilutes the blood.
So far, we've helped everyone change the world.
Wait, we're not supposed to help people, are we?
Yes, Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops together.
I'm going to go in and write down all the peanuts that we have in the green room.
Dean took pictures.
Dean
Check
took
your
a
phone.
picture.
Dean got a picture.
Yeah.
It's taking up the entire shelf.
It's crazy how
and
many nuts.
even in the pantry, there's
Yeah,
a whole-
and there's more. We got backup nuts.
Did he have a forklift?
I
Is
think
this,
it's
is this
crazy.
how much?
my
How much is a skid?
She's got a pallet of nuts.
There is. I'm guessing this is a guesstimate.
Yeah.
There's $250,000 worth of nuts.
I think that's fair.
And this is on my credit card.
And I have another
Absolutely.
guess. I think John might like nuts.
I think
I think he might.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're
give me the
right.
teaser in sports.
Coming up, boy, do we have big news in Madden 21. We got the cover guy for you, and the date it's going to be released, we hope, and some swell changes. We got a Major League Baseball testing positive for the virus. New York City Marathon, you getting ready to run that? Not so fast, my friends.
Uh-oh.
And world record, and Ben Roethlisberger admits he used to have some problems.
Uh-oh.
Coming up.
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Wacka, 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 wacka.
Big problem. Yeah, that's right. We're coming right back.
When we return, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Apple the App of the Black Eyed Peas says the new album translation is straight from the heart. It's a mix of lyrics in Spanish and English and features guest musicians like Shakira. According to Taboo, they want to celebrate the Latino influence on their music. will.i.am says the coronavirus lockdown gave them time to fine-tune. He says they're grateful for people responding to it despite the pandemic with things like TikTok dance videos. Translation for you Black Eyed Pea fans is out now. Usually when a human comes in contact with a shark's mouth in the waters off a beach, it's no laughing matter. But a swimmer had such an encounter over the weekend in the waters off Cape Henlope State Park in Lewis, Delaware. He was caught on camera prying a shark's mouth open with his hands. It wasn't to get himself free, but to free the shark from a fishing hook someone else had cast. It isn't unusual for two parties to go to court to fight it out over kids, but the kids in this case are baby goats. A Florida woman suing a neighbor to find out who fathered her goats. Chris Hedstrom has sued neighbor Heather Daner, seeking DNA tests for 5 Nigerian dwarf goats she bought from her in December. Her suit claims she was able to register the dad with the American Dairy Goat Association, but the 4 kids couldn't be. According to the Tampa Bay Times, Hedstrom wants the DNA information so she can register the kids, but the seller has offered her neighbor a refund in exchange for the baby goats. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I asked everybody when they were in junior high and high school what posters they had on the walls.
Right.
In high school, I didn't get to hang any posters because we weren't allowed to do that on the trailer walls. You know, we rip the fake paneling off.
Who would have thought that Christy would win the white trash competition?
Christy had posters of homes.
Posters of actual homes.
I had pictures of bricks.
Yeah, pictures of houses. And,
All right.
full meals.
Receive
We were fine. We had a great life.
Posters of brand name soda.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Church league softball fist fight, getting washed in the blood on a Tuesday night. What would Jesus do? Lord, he wouldn't do that. Knock hell out of a preacher with the softball bat. Well, the swinging shepherds from the sheep of the Savior were tied with the Sourwood Church of Christ, an example of some highly unholy behavior in a game that had already been protested twice. Something unbiblical must have been said for them to be aiming heat at a minister's head. Clocking the clergy ain't the thing to do, but neither's the high hard one on a 0-2. Church league softball fist fight, a bloody laying on of hands neath the left field lights, knocking out 4 teeth, getting a busted lip. Ain't exactly my idea of Christian fellowship. Church league softball fist fight, rolling around the pitcher's mound, it just don't look right for nice people from the church and the Sunday school class to trade the cup of brotherhood for a can of whoop.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
I actually I have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
All right, woke chick up. In my fantasy, I am making love to this woman, and then all of a sudden she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Get sick, turn my stomach, throw up, chuck, pray to the porcelain god. Barf, belch, bail out, blow chunks, lose lunch, vomit, feed the fish, and heave a log. Evacuate all you ate, retch, route, regurgitate, drop your cookies, puke, and spew. Pearl, purge are just a few words that come up when I think about you.
Hunting is huge in Michigan. I don't want to upset any hunters because generally they're very well armed. But I am not a hunter. I don't get the deer hunting thing. I don't understand it. Mainly for this reason. I think it's unfair. The deer hunting season coincides with the deer mating season. Everyone know that? The deer just trying to hook up.
Yeah.
You know, that's not fair. I mean, picture yourself. You're at a bar. It's late at night. Last call. You're sitting there. Somebody sneaks up behind you dressed as a chair.
Right.
Shoot you in the head.
621 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunshine 82 today. Clear tonight down to 61. Partly cloudy with a slight chance for a thunderstorm in the evening on Friday with a high of 88. Right now 59 degrees.
So did you say plenty of sun today?
I did.
Oh.
I'm doing all right, getting good grades.
My future's so bright.
I gotta wear shades. Nice. What's that? Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
The Segmaster. Yeah, baby.
Speaking of that, we never got to the big story yesterday about
the Segway.
The Segway.
I have it right here.
We'll get to that in just a second.
Son of a...
Who's here? Let me do a quick inventory. Do it by how long I've known you. Our engineer, the legend himself, Ace Cosby, is
Your
over
oldest
there.
friend in the building?
Oldest friend in the building, that's correct. Now, he is sitting right there. You can see him. He's also the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
And
Cashews, my favorite nut.
Oh, cashews are your favorite nut. Good to know. Thank you. All right, write that down.
We didn't get cashews. The one nut he didn't get.
No, I think there are cashews in there somewhere.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Once again, someone from our staff apparently bought a skid.
Oh, my gosh.
Nuts.
Yeah. There's pictures up on the Bob and Tom social medias. And
Is that
crazy?
Did he go to Sam's Club?
He had to have gone somewhere because
Costco?
I've
Did they
never
have a
seen anything like it.
You can't buy
barrel
that many
of
nuts
nuts?
at a standard grocery store.
No.
I don't think you can.
Again, you're not supposed to eat nuts if you're trying to talk on the radio.
I didn't
You don't
realize
say,
that.
now
I didn't
Daniel
realize
Shore
that
at the White
either.
House.
Because
sorry.
I do it every day.
I do it, yeah. Christy and I have a nut cup.
Sure, every day.
You know, and those cups you bought that you have 5,000 of, those make great nut cups.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. Well,
Yeah.
start using those. I got to get rid
will,
of them. Where was I? Okay, how the length of time I've known you. Then it would be Christy Lee over there. She's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Then it would be Chick McGee. Is that correct? Over there, you can't miss him in the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Then we go to my son Willie over there behind the glass, a Chicago-based comedian. And then we go to Pat Goddard. Is that right?
Probably.
Okay, he's around the corner in the other building. And that would be, what's next, Josh? Josh Arnold over there. Hey, Josh. How are you? It's not just any chair Josh is in. It's the ugliest chair in the room. It's the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. Not to suggest that orange insoles are ugly, but you don't typically see them.
Right, they're
under your foot.
In the insole, yeah.
Unless you're waving your shoes at people.
Which I'll do. You had to brag about my orange insole.
Okay, thank you very much. Get your mind right, get your body right with an orange insole.
Major League Baseball,
before we get to this, we teased a story yesterday that has the collapse of an industry and death. That's the Segway,
Wasn't it low sales, like because no one had one and no one was interested in the product?
Except for...
Oh.
It was never a very good
ball
idea.
cops. They love them.
I really think Paul Blart hurt the Segway more than we realized.
Really?
I don't think they ever took off.
Became an instant punchline.
Segway is ending production of its namesake vehicle. The company announced the Segway PT will retire on July 15th. Segway president Judy Chai, said the personal vehicle became a staple in security and law enforcement in its first decade, but accounted for less than 1.5% of the company's revenue last year. The Segway initially carried a price tag of, do you remember? Anyone want to guess?
$4,000.
$5,000.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's too much.
And if the cost wasn't prohibitive, learning how to ride it was. 10 months after buying the company in 2009, British self-made millionaire Jim Hesselden died after the Segway he was riding careened off a 30-foot cliff not far from his country estate north of London.
You know,
he was
this
just
guy may have been
62.
a great man.
Yeah.
I laughed when I heard that.
Of course you did.
I mean,
you learn how
really,
to drive a Segway, then you're blown into a tube. Same old story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an idea for you, buddy. Next time, why don't you go literally take a hike? Maybe if you want to enjoy the great outdoors, unless you're disabled, maybe walking would be good for you. It looked like a lawnmower you could stand on.
I never rode one.
I did. It was not easy at first.
I see Segways being big in the neighborhood association world.
Oh, you're right.
Instead of a golf cart.
They zip around.
Yeah.
Hey! I think that when they first came out, somebody really famous, some entrepreneur thought it was going to be the revolution in the world, and that everyone would have one. Remember this?
I know someone that has one, or two of them actually.
Two.
I wish I had one.
Yeah.
Personally, I think walking is for idiots, and I'll stand by that till the day I go.
Wait a minute. Let's hear this. Let's hear this opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Please.
I think walking is for people that are bragging and they want to look cool.
That's right.
And honestly, I just want to roll around on one of those things all
There
day
you
and
go.
just get chicks, drink beer, party a little
Yeah,
bit. You know?
but it's kind of like a hoverboard without. I mean, the hoverboard's
skeet.
kind of the same thing, isn't it? What are those
Did
called?
they ever make a two-man Segway, so you could maybe?
Josh
woman?
and I could ride on because we're butt buddies.
Oh, you guys should get some of those.
We both admire the butts of females.
Yeah.
And,
Are you aware that the term "butt buddies" has a much different meaning on the
What?
streets?
What are you talking about?
I don't know at all what
First
you're
time I'm
talking
hearing
about.
of
I
that.
think,
We're
getting
we
email
coined
about
the
it.
term about.
Derriere aficionados.
Yeah, exactly. We're friends.
I know
So
what
why
you're
wouldn't we be?
talking about.
To me, the Segway is sort of like the fanny pack.
Yeah.
It may have a certain practicality, but just got. Or the other thing, and I forget who mentioned this, Chick or Josh. The guy that invented Velcro shoes probably thought this is going to take over the world.
It was me. It was me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was Josh.
And it doesn't, except for maybe little kids. Do any adults wear Velcro strap
Old
shoes?
people.
Not cool ones.
It was a bit that wouldn't work on stage, so I brought it to this show.
What was the bit?
Because it only had a bit of comedy.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's more of an observation, but it's a good one.
Yeah, the guy who invented Velcro went, this is it. Places, no more.
Game changer, baby.
Yeah.
Velcro's been around for a lot longer than you think.
Sure.
There's a scene in the movie Good Neighbor Sam where she has her hot pads Velcroed to her apron.
Oh, God, shut up about that.
What year was that?
Velcro's a brand name. It's not.
It is?
It's hook and loop. That's what it's called.
Yeah, they do call it hook and loop technology, don't they?
Yeah, who? No one. They call it Velcro.
And when you're on Shark Tank, I think you have to use words
Okay,
like that.
yeah, well, that's okay.
I do have a pair of Velcro shoes.
You do?
You can get away with more, Ace. You've got the voice. You got the thing going. Hey.
The thing going. What does that mean, Tom?
You've heard Ace when he's ready to, what's the term I'm looking for? Get involved in an intimate moment with one of these ladies.
Oh, yeah, where I don't know if he's going to sleep or he wants sex. Yeah, go ahead.
What do you say, Ace?
It's time.
There you go.
He looked me right in the eyes and did it, and I got it. My heart fluttered.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dreamy, huh?
Yeah.
But I think if Ace got on a Segway and bzzed up to some woman and said it's time, she'd go, hey, creep, get out of here.
I don't know. Still works for me, I think. I think I like it. Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
It's direct, yeah.
And Christy, I think you're right. Those hoverboards are essentially the Segway without the handle.
Yeah, without a handle.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's making them much more dangerous.
Right.
Oh, dude, I don't know how people.
Much easier to go over the steps.
I don't know how people do that.
Well, have you seen those? It's like a skateboard thing. I believe it's called a one wheel, and it's just one big wheel, and so it's like a Segway that you move sideways on, kind of.
Oh yeah,
it looks wild, and people go fast on them.
I was in New York City.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Last year, and in heavy traffic, a guy went by in one of those, and I went, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, those look nuts.
It looked insane.
Yeah.
Anything goes wrong, he's screwed.
Yeah.
The cab next to him decides to change lanes New York style. Oh, you're dead. But I do think Paul Blart Mall Cop was the last nail in the coffin of the Segway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they thought it was going to take off like the James Bond Aston Martin.
Oh, please stop.
Wouldn't you like an Aston Martin? Come on. Admit it.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I would like to
Can
start.
I have yours?
Sports is what I'd like to do because I've got decent sports.
To quote Chick McGee,
and
I wouldn't.
And we're talking. We're talking about 1% of the population who own Segways.
Oh, less than that. Fewer than.
You would see Segway tours every now and again.
Yep, that's the only place I ever see them.
Yeah, six people.
Sure.
It's embarrassing.
Downtowns, major cities.
Unless you're disabled, and even then, why? Just walk.
Honestly, you can't be too disabled to use a Segway. Yeah.
That's another reason it failed.
Not at all, yeah.
Well, if you're disabled on the Segway and take a tumble, holy hell.
That'll finish the job, won't
Yeah,
it?
call the undertaker.
Well, sadly, Billy had no arms. Tried to.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, tried to segue.
Tried to segue.
I think having no arms.
He went over the falls.
Yeah, this went,
Oh, boy.
This went as poorly as when he tried to ski last year.
He went over the falls, chuckle, chuckle, chuckle.
Yeah.
Chuckle. He's still laughing. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle.
No, I think I'm not surprised the
Still
Segway's going out. That's all I'm saying. Sorry. Now we have sports.
All-star outfielder Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies has become the first Major League Baseball player known.
Yes.
His name has been released to have tested positive for the virus. A person familiar with Blackmon's situation confirmed the test result to the Denver Post. Blackmon's condition reported Tuesday. He's a four-time All-Star, turns 34 on July 1st.
Now, I remember when Corona started, essentially, there were reports that Blackmon couldn't get it.
Oh, God.
But he has. So.
How great is that joke?
Well, in a horrific way.
And the Canadian government says Major League Baseball has now submitted a plan to play in Toronto, and health authorities in Canada, are examining it. But it's going to take a while because Canadians, they read right to left.
Oh, do they?
Left.
That's
right.
exactly right. Yeah.
Spokesperson for
From the bottom.
Yeah, they bottom up is how they
It's
read.
very confusing.
It's weird.
Especially in graveyards.
Public health.
What's that guy's name?
Oh, he's still alive.
Have you ever seen a Canadian movie? The credits go the wrong way.
Public Health Agency of Canada confirmed it's examining the restart plan that MLB has submitted. Anybody entering Canada for non-essential reasons must quarantine for 14 days.
Could they make this any more boring?
Something else.
Just get it. Either get it done or not.
You remember a couple of days ago we were talking about Major League Baseball. They're starting play finally. They got a little. They got an agreement set up, and they have several different new rules for the new 60-game season coming up. Well, hidden in those rules, and they didn't want it to be a big deal, but it's become a big deal because of social media. Major League Baseball has announced that DH in both leagues.
Designated hitter, Christy.
Yep.
Yes, I know
extra
what that is.
innings start with, this is not a joke, extra innings start with a runner on second base, much the way we did when
And
we
no
played in
pitch. The guy
backyard.
T-balls it.
No limits.
That's a lie.
Yeah, they changed that to coach pitch, actually.
Okay,
The coach comes out and throws to the...
There are no
Hang on a
limits.
second. That's
no
a fine, well-crafted, funny joke. That is. Wouldn't that be great? And he has that little net in front of him. And the coach is pitching him.
It'd be so great if one of the guy's dads came out to throw all the pitches.
Yes.
I know how he likes them. Pitchers can have a wet rag in their pocket.
Why?
Finally. I've been waiting decades for this.
This is an actual rule.
Why can
Now,
Oh, Josh, don't you usually have a wet rag in your pocket when you go to those porno movie theaters? So you can do a thorough cleansing.
one of the reasons I can't watch baseball live, I just watch the highlights, is the pitcher's always staring at me.
Yeah.
And that, I'm sorry, that's a great joke.
Yeah. I could just see you getting mad.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
He's staring at me. What? Pitchers, every pitch, it seems like they start licking their fingers. Well, Major League Baseball does not want that.
Oh, gosh.
In this new climate, so...
I get it. So they have the rag in their pocket.
It's okay for them to have a wet rag so they can reach into their back pocket or wherever they keep it and wet it up.
And now on the mound, Mitch Cumstein.
What?
It'll look like they have a rather inappropriate stain, won't it?
Oh, I see.
Well, my point is, you could load up the wet rag with anything.
Yeah, they better check those every time they go out.
Vaseline, KY jelly.
I imagine maybe they'll issue the rags. You get the umpires. They wheel out a little cart with tongs. Like a hot towel.
Like a hot towel, like on an airplane. Yeah. Maybe this is.
Are they aware that authorities and physicians say that most of the transfer of this is from breathing and air and
not contact
with
I think they're just doing everything they...
I go.
Throwing it all at you.
I still am leaning toward, I don't know if there's going to be a Major League Baseball season.
Yeah, who knows?
I think they're being big talkers.
I can't believe it's taken them a month to
get this far.
Even as of today, it'll be a month from now when it starts, right?
You throw the well, yes. Spring training, summer training starts July 1st. So, yeah, end of July is when the season's supposed to start for 60 games. But you throw Canada in, you throw the parks, you throw...
Wait a minute. We can solve two problems.
What, right?
What was our first story, Christy Lee, that you did this morning?
The Segway is going away.
What if?
What is it about that story?
Once they get to first base,
they all get a Segway?
They get a Segway. Now, I looked up the original ad for a Segway.
Oh, my God.
This should have thrown me when the guy driving it has a man bun should have said, this is going to be dated.
Don't worry. Both of these things will be gone soon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And by the way, thank God for the demise of the man bun.
I kind of liked it.
Demise is still around.
And also, during the pandemic when people couldn't get haircuts,
right.
The Hitler Youth haircut's kind of gone down.
They have to have a faux clip-in man bun, don't they? Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Got to.
Oh, yeah. I think we talked about it on the air because we were going to buy you guys one.
Like a man
Nobody
bump
wanted
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look. I do that.
I like it.
I know they have clip-on ponytails for men.
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever see Ringo Starr live with the All-Star Band?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see the tour where Ringo came out? Ace, I'm sure you were there. I'm not making this up. He had a ponytail, but it was sticking straight up from the top of his head.
Oh, like a samurai samurai warrior.
This is how famous. When you're that famous, and none of your buddies go, "Hey, Ringo, you look like a complete douche."
Ah, boy.
Peace and love, but you look like an ace of love.
Maybe I don't know. Go to a barber. Your friends are not your friends.
Yeah.
It's a bit like if he had a big booger in his nose.
Oh, right.
Like maybe
And he would have a big one.
Yes.
Oh.
Peter Frampton
Big
walked up and said, "Hey, Ringo, there's a booger in your nose, and your hair, you look like that little girl in the Christmas movie with her hair all like that."
Cindy Lou Who?
The Grinch.
Yes,
Yeah. I'm not kidding. Do you remember this?
I think I get some points for pulling Cindy
That
Lou
was
Who.
good.
I think you do, and you're going to need that because we have a really good Christmas story coming up about something happening in the world of Christmas involving what's happening right now in the world. So it's kind of a cheerful thing.
Okay. All
Coming
right.
up, more sports.
Because if they don't cure this GD thing by
World
Christmas,
record.
that'll be next.
All right.
If they say you can't have a tree in your house, I am going to come after somebody.
I can't imagine
Why would you not be able to have a tree in your house?
Because I don't know. There's all kinds of crap they keep throwing at us every day. It's different.
All right. Fair enough.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
I'm getting a little frustrated. Okay, well, let's see now. We have...
You know what? It sounds like you didn't get a good night's sleep, but I know you did because you have a sleep number bed.
Oh, man, do I ever. I love my sleep number bed. My sleep number setting a crisp 85. Let's see now, Chick McGee, your setting is what?
100.
That's a nice firm mattress. Christy Lee?
Mine's 35.
35. That's like a water bed.
Yes, it is.
But
and I
that's
like
the
it
beauty
that
of the sleep number bed because one side can be less firm, the other side, you know what I'm talking. We've talked about this for a long time.
Do you ask Josh's sleep number?
He never cares. And I have the most interesting, 65.
Yes. It's not interesting.
And you
Really?
you
That's middle
jump
of the
in with
road.
100 and you let it go down to 65 every night.
That's right. And here's why it's interesting. I went to the sleep number store, and what they do is you lay down, and they measure all your pressure points.
Yep.
And they tell you what your sleep number is. It's amazing.
That's what they do.
Well, what you want to do right now is get some sleep because it helps your...
It's like you don't exist.
It helps your immunity, all that stuff in your body.
It sure does.
Helps your systems get right. Got to get some sleep. So do some fun stuff. Get some exercise. Do one of those virtual workouts, whatever it is that you need to do. And then self-care starts with great sleep. And that's where the sleep number bed comes in. Reduce stress. If you're working, remote work is kind of challenging. Your kids are running around, et cetera, et cetera. Quality sleep is going to help you maintain your focus. What we doing about that at Sleep Number? Here you go. During the lowest prices of the season, you can save $400 on a Sleep Number 360 C4 smart bed, now just $12.99. This is just for a limited time at Sleep Number stores. Find them at sleepnumber.com/BT show. Remember, sleep, Mother Nature's immunity booster. Be sure to get a good night's sleep. It's one of the best ways to help you in times like these. Once again, sleepnumber.com/BT show. Check out the very special price just for now on that Sleep Number 360 C4 smart bed. I love my Sleep Number bed. Coming up, Chick, in the sporting world.
World records, Big Ben Roethlisberger has some problems, but he's all better now.
Okay.
Oh, really?
We'll find out all about it. Oh, and we never did get the goat paternity test in.
We'll get that in today.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get...
Oh, God. He never gets this right in the live show.
Hi, Tom here. God knows I'm not perfect. I guess I can be difficult and sometimes perhaps a little demanding.
No.
Oh, sure, some might say tyrannical, but I don't get it. I try to be a nice guy, but lately it seems that everybody's pissed at me. My friends are pissed, my doctor's pissed, my mother's pissed, my lawyer's pissed, my waiter's pissed, and Chick is pissed. Everybody's pissed at me. My banker's pissed, the band is pissed, my plumber's pissed, the fisher pissed, my barber's pissed, my brother's pissed.
It is very plain to see.
Everybody's pissed at me.
I think we can all agree.
Everybody's pissed at me.
Tom, you are an evil bastard. We're all pissed at you today.
I am sick of all your bitching. Here's a check. Go away.
Your boss is pissed, your kids are pissed, your neighbor's pissed, your sister's pissed. We'll bet even God is pissed.
Everybody's pissed at me. When I wrote my pissed off list, I'm sure there's someone that I missed, and that will probably make them pissed.
It is very plain to see.
Everybody's pissed at me.
I think we can all agree.
Everybody's pissed at me.
Very justifiably.
Everybody's pissed at
Your friends are pissed, your family's pissed, your mother's pissed, your lawyer's pissed, your waiter's pissed, your dog is pissed.
Everybody's pissed at me. Paging Michael Hunt. All right. Paging Michael Hunt. Is Mike Hunt here?
Are examining it. A spokesperson for the Public Health Agency of Canada confirmed it is examining the restart plan. And Brooks Koepka chose to withdraw from the Travelers Championship because his caddy has tested positive for the virus. The four-time major champion feels even worse for his younger brother. Chase Koepka is trying to make it on the Challenge Tour in Europe, just like his brother once did. He made it through a Monday qualifier for a PGA Tour event, and both withdrew out of caution from being in close contact with someone who's tested positive. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
These Allbirds shoes are nice. You know, Chick got them for me.
Yeah, we know.
I was in a rut. I mean, at this point, anything to get rid of those boots I've been wearing for 3 years.
Those had to get gummy, even if you had two pair.
I did. I had them redone.
God.
You had them redone. What the hell does that mean?
I have a shoe guy. I have a guy I go to. My cobbler.
I have a cobbler. I have a cake lady, a pie lady, a cobbler.
I paid him $1,500. It's all the $40 shoe.
The $110 shoe.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
And now an important message from your friends at Frigamall Orthopedic Laboratories.
Hi, Brenda. Ready to go jogging?
Sorry, Christy. I can't. Didn't you notice I'm limping?
What happened? Did you blow a knee out?
Well, my knees do hurt.
What do you mean?
Well, we were on our way home last night and Bob started feeling romantic, so we pulled down a gravel road. And today, my knees are really killing me.
Girlfriend, I've got just the thing for you. They're called Attagirl knee pads.
With their soft, cushiony padding, you can say goodbye to sore and scraped knees. Attagirl knee pads fit right in your purse, so you can take them anywhere. Perfect for a Friday night date or that important job interview.
Hey, Brenda, how'd it go last night?
Well, my knees feel great. But, do the Attagirl people make lozenges?
You whore.
Attagirl knee pads. Order today, and you'll receive a free head helmet. You'll love wearing this stylish tabletop helmet with its flat, level surface, big enough to hold his beer, remote control, and a magazine.
Attagirl knee pads.
Protective goggles sold separately.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Now, Dwight Slade is our guest. Now, Dwight is a very healthy guy, but you were saying that you had a colonic?
I had a colonic. It's a water skiing accident that you do on purpose.
This is where they fill your lower cavity with...
Why don't you walk me through this?
With water.
Yeah.
Is there an audio component to this as the revealing is taking place?
Like nothing I've ever heard.
Yeah, they play this.
There it goes now. It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, nice weather we're having today, don't you think?
Yeah, it is rather amazing the cyclical manner in which meteorological trends manifest themselves.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for people who suck at small talk.
Like, you can't get a regular cheeseburger in L.A. Like, if you get a cheeseburger at a restaurant in L.A., it's always a burger that was happily raised by the owner's barber, Jeff, spelled Geof.
Of course, yeah.
I just want a cheeseburger. I want a burger made from a cow that was born and raised to be a burger. All right? I don't want a burger with dreams or hope. I want a burger that knew the deal. And I want a cheese that is 40% plastic. All right? I want a cheese that when I poop it out, I poop out a keychain.
Now, we've got a couple of heads in here that have a lot of skin on them. One would be mine. The other would belong to Clint Howard, actor. Now, are you in every one of your brother Ron Howard's movies?
Oh, 646, a whole season of that. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Sorry, we're talking off the air.
Welcome back to the program. Christy Lee's got an update on the weather forecast.
Sunshine today, 82. Partly cloudy tomorrow. Slight chance for a thunderstorm. High 88. Currently 59.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Now, get back to the action. We've got Segway updates. We got robots in the news, Frosted Flakes. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. There's Ace, there's Chick, there's Josh, I'm Tom. We're in the big room, and then through the glass over there, there's Willie. Through the glass over there, and in yet another room, it's Christy Lee.
Hi.
Then around the corner, yet another room, it's Pat Godwin, the man, the guitar. Get your guitar out, Pat. You got to write us a quick song for us.
All right.
Big controversy this morning, of course, involves the canteen, if you will, the so-called green room here in our building. I'm not sure why they're traditionally called green rooms. It used to be the room in like the Johnny Carson show. They'd say, oh, he's back in the green room getting ready to come in. In this case, we have a little canteen, if you will, in there.
Sure.
A refrigerator, a microwave oven, a toaster oven.
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher, yes, thank you. I insisted on that, by the way.
Yes.
I wanted a shower. We didn't get that. But this morning, Chick pointed out that there's a problem.
Well, Christy and I were actually in the break room, and she's the one who said, what's the deal with all these nuts? And I said, oh, my God, you're right.
Because I had emptied out everything in the green room when this the coronavirus thing started. I wanted to
peanuts as
keep
far
everybody healthy.
as
so
the eye can see.
John from our staff asked me if he could restock the green room, and I'm sure I don't care. And he purchased a skid, if you will. There's hundreds of different types of nuts in there now.
I don't know how many pistachios there are in there, but I would say individual nuts, I'd say they're in the thousands.
Are these the pistachios you have to peel apart?
I don't think so. They're pre-peeled.
Oh, even more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
like $100
then your fingers
box.
get all salty, and then you shouldn't be eating salty food when you're on the radio. It's crunchy. And
I
so anyway,
never
Pat,
heard that before.
Never heard it before.
The third week in broadcast school. Don't drink cold things when you're
Third
on the air.
week in broadcast.
Okay.
You can't have ice in anything. It's too noisy.
All right.
You don't want to hear Christy tinkling.
Well, some people do, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's all they want to hear.
You don't want to hear ice tinkling in Christy's glass.
Some guy just looked through the radio and go, turn, whoa. Hey, here we
This is
go.
the morning I've been waiting for. Christy's going to tinkle on the air.
Here we go.
Oh, I've done that before.
Mike, that toilet. Pat, we've been playing around with the great Cream song, White Room.
This would be the third parody this week of White Room by Cream.
I love that song. One of my favorite guitar solos of all time.
Do you want to do the intro or just skip it? I wrote a verse for John, our leader, John Kessler, who bought all the the nuts and the...
Okay, so this is so the green room is the room where all this stuff is happening. Okay, good.
Okay.
Here we go.
In the green room, John bought peanuts and Brazil nuts. Toasted almonds, salty cashews, and some walnuts. Pecans, pine nuts, chestnuts, coconuts, and pistachios. Macadamia, heart-healthy nut mix, goober mania. Just one little verse there.
All right.
In the green room.
It's something.
Yeah, there is nutrition in there. It's heart healthy nut snack.
Pre-diverticulitis, Josh would go crazy.
Oh yeah.
You can't eat any of those things?
They say you can. I'm not taking the risk. It's too painful.
Okay.
Dad, I would love to see you come in one day and just go, guys, by the way, I'm only eating nuts now. I don't know what you're doing eating meats and vegetables. Vegetables are terrible for you.
He's going to do that someday.
That's what Steve Jobs used to do.
Oh, yeah.
He would go on these diets where he'd eat nothing but whatever.
Oh, he lived long, didn't he?
Yeah.
Worked great
It really worked for him.
Yeah. Well, when he was told he had a specific illness, he decided to hug a few trees instead of getting it treated until the very end, and that's what killed him. But other than that, he was a bright guy.
Hey, in sports, we've been talking about Major League Baseball and the start date for spring training, summer training, July 1st, and then end of July we'll have some games.
Summer training.
Crossed. And it's been revealed that one of the new rules they're going to have during the 60-game season is pitchers are allowed to have a wet rag on the mound so they can wet their fingers instead of licking their fingers,
So
they don't want.
the wet rag will be in their pocket.
I guess
Yes.
they're not going to be able to hold it.
It could be on their mound next to the rosin.
Do they
bag.
have
But
pockets?
then it'll get all sandy.
I think they have.
Well, it'll still be damp.
They have back pockets. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think.
If they're
No,
gonna change-
they do. But
And now home clubs, they've 180 on this. The home clubs may indeed have their mascot at the ballpark if they choose. Now, earlier a couple weeks ago,
There's
they
no
said
fans though, right?
mascots were banned. No, they want fans now. Not a full stadium,
Okay.
but they want some fans. Under no circumstances, though, are the mascots permitted on the field of play or in any other area, restricted area on game days.
So where are they going to be?
I don't know. Games will look a lot different. Limited fans. Actually, what Major League Baseball is leading toward is no fans at all, but they have floated the term limited fans out there.
That's good.
But at least some normality with the odd comedy from our fabulous mascots. Currently, all but 3 teams have an official mascot of Major League Baseball. Can you name those 3 teams that don't
have a mascot?
have a mascot?
Yankees.
Astros.
Yankees do not have a mascot. Very good.
that's the only one.
I know that the Yankees. That would be.
Do the Cubs have one?
I don't. I think they do, but I don't know what it is.
What about the Astros? Do they have one?
It's a garbage can.
Yes, they do have an
It's a garbage can with
He
arms.
looks like a little space guy. I don't know what his name
okay.
is. The Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Angels do not have mascots. However, there are mascots in the Mascot Hall of Fame for Major League Baseball. That's right. That's a thing.
San Diego Chicken.
Yes, he's in there. Slugger with 2 G's and 3 R's of the Kansas City Royals.
I'm guessing Chief Wahoo. Probably not in there, huh? Although
he's
he is
not
in the
active
Dentistry
anymore.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
that is one
that's
nice set of choppers.
Yeah.
The Philly Fanatic is in the Mascot Hall of Fame. Mr. Met, of course, just to name another one. And the Cleveland Indians Slider is now the mascot, not
What?
Chief Wahoo.
Sorry, but no.
Slider. You never heard of Slider?
Nope. Must be a lesser.
At first, I went with Cleveland Steamer. They had to change it for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Then
Oh, that's Teddy Tudd. There's a reference for the most devoted fan of this show. Teddy Tudd.
Is that your favorite mascot?
You know who Teddy Tudd was?
yes. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
the R fell off the
right.
suit.
Yeah, the R fell off the sign. Brooks Koepka has chosen to withdraw from the Travelers Championship because his caddy has tested positive for the virus. The 4-time champion feels even worse, though, for his younger brother, Chase Koepka. He's trying to make the Challenge Tour in Europe, but he is also withdrawn from a PGA.
I have a question. How many, when they say limited fans, what does that mean?
I do not know, dude.
Like every seat's got to be 6 feet apart?
I don't know.
I don't know how major. I'm still kind of
skeptical.
I don't know if there's going to be a season or not.
Because if there's only like 400 fans at the game, your odds of getting a foul ball are vastly improved.
They've got guidelines for how many people can be in the dugout, and now they got this wet rag rule, and they got the in extra innings, you can have a runner starting on second base. It just sounds comical.
that extra innings thing makes no sense to me at all.
It's nuts.
Is this because they don't want the players to have to play too much?
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, they want to shorten. They want to
Okay.
shorten any extra
Then
innings.
it's, to me, it's just do it or don't. Regular
play or don't.
Right.
Major League
yeah.
Baseball, the asterisk should be the mascot.
yeah.
The
Name him
virtual-
Roger. Anyone get that?
Sure, Roger Maris.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, Madden 21's coming out. We've got the cover guy, New York City Marathon. You getting ready to run that? Not so fast, my friend. And Ben Roethlisberger and a Guinness World Record coming up.
Also, Josh, anchovy news.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the one that likes anchovies, right?
No, I've only had them in Caesar salad. I've never had them on a pizza.
You had a salad?
You know, if that weren't so funny and perfectly delivered, I'd be hurt.
And
that
beautifully,
was
beautifully set up.
It was yes,
Laser sharp. What a jerk I could be.
Unconscious,
I'd like to,
beautiful.
Ace, the next time you guffaw like that, pop the mic on.
Man,
I
that's
got
good.
crickets.
I'm going to have to send that video to my brothers. They're gonna
Coming
lose
up,
their mind.
we will find out, is it true that the fifth Beatle was a booger in Ringo's nose? When we return, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Bob and Tom. 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Russian authorities are pulling out all the stops to get people to vote on constitutional amendments that would enable President Vladimir Putin to stay in office until 2036. The nationwide vote begins Thursday and lasts for a week. To encourage turnout amid the coronavirus outbreak, authorities are luring voters with a chance to win prizes, ranging from gift certificates to cars and apartments. A collection of Seattle business property owner and residents suing the city over its tolerance of an occupied protest zone, saying officials have been complicit in depriving them of their rights to their property. The plaintiffs, including a tattoo parlor and an auto repair shop, emphasized in the lawsuit filed Wednesday they were not trying to undermine the anti-policy brutality or Black Lives Matter messaging of the Capitol Hill occupied protest. A lawsuit was filed in U.S. District Court. The Seattle City Attorney's Office said it had not seen the lawsuit and would review it. And Disney is postponing the mid-July reopening of its Southern California theme parks until it receives guidelines from the state. The company announced an indefinite postponement for Disneyland and Disney California Adventure in Anaheim. Disney had hoped to reopen them on July 17th after a 4-month closure due to the coronavirus. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show's on the way.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
This is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
24/7.
I just went on a date with one girl, and she was wearing a skirt and a pair of jeans under the skirt. Like she was trying to say, hey, Matt, here's 2 things you're not getting into tonight.
That's the voice of Chris Porter. I knew he'd weigh in with something important. Chris Porter, comedian. Now, do you get back to Kansas City often? Or are you?
I get back to Kansas City. I was back last April for a wedding. And through a bunch of weird experiences, I become friends with Justin Verlander. He's a pitcher for the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
At the time, he was pitching for the Tigers. They were in town playing the Royals, but they had a night off, so he and I went out and had a couple of drinks. And he said, no, watch this. He calls the waiter over. He goes, who's that chick? And he goes, well, I don't know who the chick is, but everyone at that table's Mumford & Sons. He sends them a bottle. They come over. Turns out it's not Mumford & Sons. It's just Ann's Sons.
Oh.
Mumford wasn't there. I don't know where he was.
2 at Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy's got a quick forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather, brought to you by the CarX Man. Sunshine 82, clear tonight down to 61, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower or a thunderstorm on Friday evening. Look for a high high of 88, 59 currently.
What else is going on in that room, Christy?
I'll tell you what's going on. It's the Beat It or Cash It event at Westgate. You're not going to find a better deal than you will right now at Westgate. And if Westgate can't beat the new vehicle deal you'll get at any local Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram dealer, they'll pay you $2,500.
It's the Jeep season.
It is the Jeep season. Jess Hooker got a new Jeep.
She sure did.
Beautiful Jeep.
Loved her deal. Got in and out. So easy.
Yes. Come to Westgate. You have nothing to lose, so much to gain. If Westgate doesn't give you the best deal on a new 2019 or 2020 Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram, they will hand you $2,500.
Jess told me, and she goes, and she made a point to go, this is not, I'm not just saying this, it was the easiest car buying experience I've ever had.
Yeah, she sent me a nice thank you, too. I kind of recommended a guy over there, Jim Lowe, and
fine.
Beat It or Cash It event, Westgate, off Highway 40, next to Coles and Plainfield, online, westgateauto.com. See for yourself.
You want a Jeep, don't you? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jeep.
Now you do.
Jeep. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. This is the 25th of June, 2020. Time marches on.
Slowly.
Once again, we can't wait for New Year's Eve, and this... can we at least declare it'll be over?
I was going to say, you're being optimistic there, dude.
I declare.
Anyway, let's see, where are we? There's Ace, there's Chick, that's Josh, this is Tom. We're in the big room. We're more than 10 feet apart. Through the glass, it's Christy. Through the glass, it's Willie. And then around the corner on the big screen, it's Pat Godwin. Hey, Pat. Liked your new song. Another tribute to the great band Cream and White Room. About our green room. Big issue today. Apparently, John from our staff
not an issue. It's
dozens of boxes of various types of
We found it
nuts.
amusing.
I tried during the break what was the heart one? What was that?
Nut-rishin?
I tried that. It has
good.
hazelnuts in it. Oh. I'd never had a hazelnut until just now.
They're delicious, I think. Yeah.
Someone's going to
bad.
inadvertently inhale one, block their airway, and drop dead in the hallway.
I went in there. He did not get my favorite nuts.
What are your favorite?
Dough.
You know what he did get? Did you see in the pantry? Peanut butter and jelly crackers.
What?
Well, now we're talking.
So here's my question.
Keeping with the nut theme.
Is he trying to give somebody a coronary?
There are Ritz peanut butter crackers, and then there are the peanut butter and jelly crackers.
Thankfully, none of us have a nut allergy.
Right. Yeah, good point.
Or do we? Are there someone in here?
I don't think so. I think, that's
we're
one
good.
thing. I've been asked to play this. This is Christopher Guest, the great writer, comedian, filmmaker.
Sure.
Perhaps, what's he most well known for? He was in Lemmings.
Spinal
Princess
Tap,
Bride.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
SNL briefly. And
Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman.
All the mockumentaries.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
He's got the famous scene in Spinal Tap, turn it up to 11.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. And by the way, I was watching the movie Cream's last concert last night.
Of course you were.
I think that's where he got that scene. They're interviewing Ginger Baker and Eric Clapton one at a time. And I think that's where he got the idea for that. Turn it up to 11. Here he is talking about nuts.
I used to be able to name every nut there was. It used to drive my mother crazy. She'd hear me in the other room and she would just start yelling. I'd say peanut, hazelnut, cashew nut, macadamia nut. That was the one that would send her into going crazy. So stop naming nuts. Pine nut, which is a nut, but it's also the name of the town. Pistachio nut, red pistachio nut, natural, all natural white pistachio nut.
What's he talking about?
I think he really makes himself laugh there, and he just keeps it in character.
Yeah. He's the best.
Yes, yeah.
Very odd.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
We had somebody on Twitter say, I thought you guys put the nuts in front of the microphones.
Oh, indeed.
You can stop listening. We have enough listeners. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, that was cute.
That was cute.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Whatever.
Once again, regarding the death of the Segway, got this from a security guard.
Did you hear our
Speaking of clumsy segues.
excitement for you going back to the Segway story?
This guy worked security at a mall.
Uh-huh.
Not a mall cop.
Yeah.
They don't care
What?
for that.
Okay.
Well, of course he's a mall cop.
By the way, long before there was the Paul Blart Mall Cop, we had the Bob and Tom Mall Cop. A solid, 15, 20 years before that.
Yeah.
We hated the fact that we were called Paul Blart or Mall Cop. Adding the Segway added stress to the job. We actually preferred to walk.
I bet.
The Segway, I'm quoting here, the Segway made anyone who rode one look like a huge nincompoop. Thank you, Ryan. God, I love the word
That
nincompoop.
sounds like a word
You never hear it.
your mom would use.
It does.
Nincompoop.
That's a great word. Not used enough. Once again, the Segway, they're going to stop manufacturing them. They never took off like they were supposed to.
Nope.
NFL, you looking for the season to come back? Well, in the meantime, you can wait till August for Madden 21. That's right. There are still questions as to whether the NFL will be able to play this season, but the virtual version of the game ready to roll. Among the new Madden features a revamped pass rushing control. Lamar Jackson is on the cover this time. New tricks to help a ball carrier.
Is the Madden curse still a thing?
I think it might be.
Wasn't Pat Mahomes on it last year?
Patrick
he won the Super Bowl?
Mahomes, and he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
See?
so
then I guess it doesn't.
Horrible curse. It's set for release August 28th. It'll be available for Sony PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
And weren't you saying earlier this year that
and Steam, whatever the hell that is,
young folks don't realize that they're what really is on John Madden?
No, they have no idea.
They have no clue.
They think that's just the name of the video game inventor. John Madden invented the video game.
And you would also think that John Madden would have been a quarterback because it's a lot of passing. You play as the quarterback, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
But
you go.
he wasn't.
He wasn't. He was a Super Bowl winning coach. New York City Marathon has been canceled due to the virus. Organizers announced cancellation of the 50th anniversary edition of the world's largest marathon.
Guess you can stop training, Josh.
After deciding.
Yep. That's all right. I can let myself go for a little bit.
Who could have seen that joke coming?
Too many health and safety risks.
That's the second. Oops.
Yeah.
I almost slipped there.
Yeah.
That's the second.
Fat joke.
Mean.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
No, it's
mean comment.
Okay, sorry.
I know what you wanted to say. The only other time New York City Marathon canceled 2012 when Superstorm Sandy caused extensive damage and strained the city's public safety resources. Mayor Bill de Blasio said in a statement, "We look forward to hosting the 50th running of the marathon in November 2021. The 21 New York City Marathon scheduled for November 7th.
Now, I heard Governor Cuomo said they could have it, but they have to have it in nursing homes. Is that true?
I think that might be right.
I'm laughing not at the content of the joke, but at the fortitude that you pushed on with that, thinking
last year
this is going to work.
I like the idea of people in nursing homes being inconvenienced by the runners, their shuffleboard games being interrupted.
To stop their wheelchairs, people running through the hall.
That was the fun part of it for
Here's
me.
some water, Sonny. No, don't crap there.
Last
we have
year's
a bathroom here.
Marathoning. Hey, they had a world record at last year's marathon.
Stupid.
They did?
That, Tom?
Why didn't we do it last year?
Last year's marathon included a world record 53,640 finishers. Those who registered for the 2020 race will be offered a full refund of their entry fee or a guaranteed entry into 21, 22, or 23. Runners registered for this year's race and others will also be invited to participate in a virtual 26.2-mile race from October 17th to November 1st. Well, I think that's plenty of time for them to complete it.
Oh, I would think so.
So now you can poop your pants at home.
That's what happens, yeah. Some people.
Ben Roethlisberger.
This would have been the year to do it, though.
Yeah.
Lighter traffic.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not have to worry about closing. Ben Roethlisberger talking about past mistakes in his life, revealing he struggled with addictions to alcohol and pornography. The Steelers quarterback said during the virtual Man Up Pittsburgh event, "I've fallen as short as anybody. I've been addicted to alcohol. I've been addicted to pornography, which makes me then not the best husband, not the best father, not the best Christian I can be." And he's on the road to being a better person.
Well, good for him.
Good for him.
All right.
And now
excessive masturbation might be good for hand-eye coordination.
Yeah,
if
probably.
nothing else. Josh, I'll take that. Well, that's in pickup games.
If that were true, I'd be the greatest juggler in the nation.
That's the I believe that's the hat trick of mean comments.
That's 3 already.
Josh, my dad just sees you as a fat masturbator. That's all you are to him.
Oh,
Exactly.
and he's not the only, because of him. If somebody recognized me, they usually go, "How come you're not somewhere eating and jerking it?" I don't know.
Yeah, he has jerk chicken for lunch because it's got his 2 favorite things.
Oh my!
That's 4.
gosh, that was very funny and very mean.
That was very
Coming back with a real world
You
record.
guys are coming back.
Oh, wait a second. Are we going to get the famous headphone throwdown made famous on this show?
Give us the Zumach. Go, baby. There we go.
That's the Zumach.
He's out.
The Zumach. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what.
That's great.
With all the things going on wrong right now, how about getting one thing to go right? If you're having trouble with
Wouldn't
erectile
that be
dysfunction.
nice to have something go right?
Yes. I don't blame you right now, ED, with all the stuff going on in everybody's head and everybody's life. There's a simple, convenient way to deal with that right now because of our friends at Roman. R-O-M-A-N. Roman is a pharmaceutical distributor. They didn't invent anything. They didn't come up with some wacky thing to deal with it. No, they're talking about stuff like Viagra, et cetera, et cetera. There's a number of things out there that may be appropriate for you. How do you find out? Well, you can do it for free by going to GetRoman.com/wood. Spell it all out, GETROMAN. GetRoman.com/wood. You can do it on your computer, on your phone, in the privacy of your own home or wherever you are. And you get a free online visit with a physician, U.S. licensed physician, by the way. And if that physician decides that there's a treatment that's right for you, your medication will be shipped right to your door with free 2-day shipping. So that's, and by the way, also they have free unlimited follow-ups with the doctor if you have questions about what's going on. So if you are indeed a candidate for this stuff, find out. It's on the house. See if this is something that might work for you. Get part of your life back. So if you're struggling with ED, stay home. Go to GetRoman.com/wood. It's a free online visit, free 2-day shipping. Like I said, get part of your life back, especially now. GetRoman.com/wood is the way to do it for the free online visit and free 2-day shipping. Thank you very much. Coming up, the Eiffel Tower's in the news. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited about Heli-skiing.
Oh.
Helicopter skiing.
Never, I heard of it, I guess, but boy, it sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it does.
You got to be good. It's awesome. In the news and... in the news, a little bit of something we've been talking about for years, cereal, one of my favorite topics, the kind you eat. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Apple Diep of the Black Eyed Peas says the new album translation is straight from the heart. It's a mix of lyrics in Spanish and English and features guest musicians like Shakira. According to Taboo, they want to celebrate the Latino influence on their music. will.i.am says the coronavirus lockdown gave them time to fine-tune. He says they're grateful for people responding to it despite the pandemic with things like TikTok dance videos. Translation for you Black Eyed Pea fans is out now. Usually when a human comes in contact with a shark's mouth in the waters off a beach, it's no laughing matter. But a swimmer had such an encounter over the weekend in the waters off Cape Henlope State Park in Lewis, Delaware. He was caught on camera prying a shark's mouth open with his hands. It wasn't to get himself free, but to free the shark from a fishing hook someone else had cast. It isn't unusual for two parties to go to court to fight it out over kids. But the kids in this case are baby goats. A Florida woman suing a neighbor to find out who fathered her goats. Chris Hedstrom has sued neighbor Heather Daner, seeking DNA tests for 5 Nigerian dwarf goats she bought from her in December. Her suit claims she was able to register the dad with the American Dairy Goat Association, but the 4 kids couldn't be. According to the Tampa Bay Times, Hedstrom wants the DNA information so she can register the kids, but the seller has offered her neighbor a refund in exchange for the baby goats. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is a little love song I wrote some years back. It's actually a sort of a breakup song. I'd always dedicated to all the wonderful women who treated me like a load of crap over the years. And it's a little love song.
All right.
Woke up this morning and you were gone. found a note. It said so long. You said this love would last our lives. I hope your face breaks out in hives. I hope you die a painful death. I hope you choke on your next breath. You screwed me up. You done me wrong. I hope you die before too long. Hope you have a heart attack. I hope your breasts get really slack. You were my girl, but now you're not. I hope you die. I hope you rot. 'Cause I don't wanna be your friend. I only want your life to end. You're back in town, someone else's gal. I hope you drown in the love canal. I hope you die a painful death. I hope you choke on your next breath. Screwed me up, you done me wrong. I hope you die before too long. I hope you die before I end this song. I hope you die. I really, really hope you die. Die, 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 die. And die. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Biker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that. Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Okay, a bar owner goes up to the bartender and he says, "Hey, have you been sleeping with the waitress?" And he says, "No." And he says, "Good. You fire her."
We're in the gym today to find out what athletes need after they've had a big workout. Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
You look pretty sweaty.
Yeah. I just jogged 5 miles. I did the weights, did some step aerobics. God, I'm dying.
What do you need after a big workout like that?
I could use a big glass of water.
Water?
Yeah.
You don't want water. You need something to replace your bodily fluids. Get you back on your feet again.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what do you got?
Here, try this.
What is it?
Thirspiration Plus.
Thirspiration Plus, huh?
Replaces all your bodily fluids after a big workout.
All right, I'll try it. Jesus, what is that? Tastes like sweat.
It is sweat. Well, the little coloring. We added some carbonate.
7:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Yeah, that's correct. And let's see now. There's Christy. There she is. Quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunshine, look for a high of 82. Clear tonight down to 61. And then for Friday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a thunderstorm in the afternoon. High 88. We're at 61 degrees now.
Thank you very much, Christy. Coming up, a little bit of Donnie Baker on the phone. No? No Lou Bega?
No.
Mambo number 7 or whatever it was.
Mambo number 5.
Sorry. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Over there, I can see him at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. It's Chick McGee. Then I look to my right and I see in the same room, it's Josh Arnold. Socially separated. Keep them separated. Josh is in the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. Orange Insoles. Get you the bottom of your... You got to build a house from the bottom up, my friends. Mm-hmm. Those crappy little floppy things in the bottom of your shoes aren't helping your back. Let's see now. Over there, it's Ace Cosby. Ace devoted to... what's the name of the now defunct football league that hat's from?
XFL.
The XFL. Bye. What's the name of that team? The New York what?
New York Guardians.
New York Guardians. Yeah, that'll be a footnote in the footnote of sports history. Pat Godwin is over there. I can see him. He's in a different room, piped in here via electronic television stuff. Willie Griswold is through the glass over there in the greenhouse, we're calling it now.
Yeah.
He related to you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how.
All right.
We're not certain about that yet.
Maybe time for the DNA test.
Fair enough.
There we go.
Look at that head of hair. What the hell's that? Let's see. Christy Lee is over there. She's in the formerly the performance room. Now it's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you have a sports bulletin?
Well, yeah, it just
Extra!
like 10 minutes ago, the preseason opening Dallas Cowboys Pittsburgh Steelers game at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio on August 6th has been canceled. And the Hall of Fame's August 8th enshrinement ceremony is being postponed because of the pandemic. This marks the first time the NFL has to cancel any event on its calendar. The Hall of Fame game, of course, annually kicks off the preseason. The NFL had...
Remember they played November 24th, 1963.
Yes, they
Wow.
did.
Oh,
yes,
did they?
Sure did.
And I think the Cowboys played the Browns.
In Dallas?
Yeah, no, I think it was
in Cleveland.
It was in Cleveland.
That could be wrong.
Cowboys.
Some win back can help me with that.
Cowboys and the Steelers are now expected to play in the Hall of Fame game next year, and the enshrinement ceremony is also expected to be held next year.
Well, that's because it would suck if they did it on that Zoom thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad Zoom exists, but for those of you that have sat through a Zoom meeting, sober, congratulations, you're the one. Do you ever notice in those Zoom things, everybody feels they have to weigh in so someone knows they're there? Look, we all know you don't do anything in real life anyway. Bringing up something boring now isn't really helping.
Man, I don't. I'm quiet as a mouse on those things.
Well, now, Josh, when you do them, you're typically not wearing pants. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
Why would I?
And no one can see your hands.
No. I'm feverishly masturbating.
Oh, God.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Thank God.
Donnie.
Hey, Donnie.
Josh, don't feel bad. I heard the same rumor about Stone Phillips back during the day.
That's what happened to him.
Where'd he go?
Where did he
Hey,
go?
you guys pre-gaming yet?
For what?
The 4th of July, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God.
Sorry,
And
of course.
I can't wait. It's my favorite. You think about it. It's everything you ever want, grilling outside, hang out neighborhood pool, checking out the hot moms in their yogurt pants. Swear to God.
I agree totally. I love the 4th of July.
Well, I don't know how you feel about the fireworks part, though, but I got mixed feelings.
What do you mean?
So I guess you might say I'm amphibious about them. Because, I mean, I love the whole idea of celebrating America's anniversary with firecrackers and explosions.
Me too.
I mean, them two things have always gone good together. Well, one time I replaced one of the candles that my Uncle Sonny with to use a birthday cake.
Yeah.
And I put in instead of a candle, it was an M80 black cat.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he closed his eyes to make a wish, and I don't know what he blew out first, the candles or his jean shorts. Swear to God. I don't know who's worse, the ringing in our ears or the German chocolate cake in our hair. Yeah. The rough scene. You couldn't tell where the dessert ended and where the shark began.
Oh.
You know what?
Whoa.
Swear to God. Put that on the first 48. Anyways, it's my favorite time of the year, because this is the time of year when every vacant storefront in town becomes a fireworks
That's
business.
true.
Every other store.
Yep.
And they usually have last year's unsold Halloween costumes piled up along the back wall, marked down.
Get yourself a Dick Cheney out.
Oh, there's a vacant. We got a vacant Sears store nearby selling fireworks now.
Wow.
I hope they got Kenmore brand sparklers. Kenmore, always reliable.
Good point.
Yeah.
The part of fireworks I don't like, though, is they scare most dogs.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. That's a
Tom,
problem.
I know you like dogs. Your dog's afraid of fireworks.
Yeah, I got a big problem with that.
Every dog I've ever known or had's been afraid of them. They hear one, they run and hide under the table like a panicked boyfriend when the husband comes home early from work. Now, the worst part is, after fireworks, thanks to the dog, my living room looks like Uncle Sonny with you had another blowout in his jean shorts again.
No, back to that.
So this year I got some dog pills. They're supposed to calm him down. They're like a doggy value.
Yeah, they do. That's good. That's good.
So I actually took one yesterday, sampled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slept all day, had a weird dream about getting arrested for sniffing some lady's hooba stank at the Kroger's. I was like, easy, Dana. I stayed 6 foot apart. It's just I got a nose like a wolf when I'm near the meat department. Swear to God.
Hooba stank.
And anyways, all this coronavirus going around, I sure hope we still got the big fireworks shows for this year. The ones where people spend an hour looking up at the sky, oohing and on regular.
I hope they still do that.
There are places still doing it, sure.
Good.
I always thought them shows should be sponsored by chiropractors because you look up in the air that long, it hurts your neck, It's like fireworks whiplash. And the best part is with everybody looking up, free tip from Donnie Baker. It's a great time to do a booty scan of them skin-tight yogurt pants that are in style. Oh, say, can you see that Dawn Spanks are too tight? So proudly we stare at her nice thighs and Twinkie. So remember to look up at the fireworks, ladies. It's a patriotic thing to do. And it's state law.
Okay.
I better go. I'm meeting my buddy, Four-Fingered Roy, down at the old Sears. Get me a skid of aftermarket Roman candles.
Great.
Oh, they're craftsmen, so they're guaranteed for life.
What would an aftermarket Roman
Yeah, that's
candle-
what exactly what I was
How
wondering.
would that differ? He's pre-gaming already.
Yeah.
Psyched about the 4th of
4th
July.
of July. He's looking forward to it.
We have sparklers at home right now.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I've always contended about sparklers. I'll talk to you, John.
Sparklers.
Sorry. Who is the most masculine actor out there right now, Josh?
Oh, you got Dwayne Johnson, Jason
The Rock.
Statham. Yeah.
Jason Statham.
All right.
Very scary guy.
Yeah.
Give him a sparkler. Nah, no. Looks like stepping in dog poop. It just you suddenly lose all your charm, and guys, then it's. I'm just saying. Don't forget to get a bucket of water, so when they're done, you can heave them in there.
Yeah.
My kids.
Fire on a stick is what
my kids love them.
Fire on metal.
Yeah.
What else you got over there? You look like you're angry about
A
something.
Canadian man has set the Guinness World Record for being the oldest Heli-skier.
Oh, this is the coolest. Have you
Boy,
seen
these guys are nuts.
One of my good friends does this. You've got to be
Gordon?
a great skier.
Yeah.
You did drop out of a helicopter?
Well, they usually land the helicopter sometimes.
Oh.
But you're in uncharted territory.
I thought you always jumped out.
I did too.
I did too. I thought you had to jump
okay.
out.
So sometimes,
depending, sometimes they land.
Gotcha.
There are a million great videos out there of people heli-skiing, and you've got to be terrific.
I remember
hella
Christy.
good, yeah.
Wasn't Christy Brinkley's boyfriend or husband
Yeah.
or something?
Yep, they were in an
Billy
accident.
Joel.
Yeah.
I don't think he was
that one.
heli-skiing.
Gordon Precious.
Gordon Precious.
Based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
That's him. Skied down the Nectar Run on British Columbia's Caribou Mountains at the age of 94 years,
Jeez.
306 days. Damn near 95.
Man.
Known as an avid powder hound.
I like that term.
I dated a
powder
girl
hound.
that was a powder hound.
Boy, powder hound.
Was it cocaine or funnel cakes?
Both.
Gordon is
powder hound could go a lot of different ways.
Sure could.
Gordon has traveled across continents in his almost century-long pursuit for the perfect turns. According to Guinness, Precious takes heli-skiing
Based on the
trips
novel Push by Sapphire. You have to say that.
Not really. It's not particularly funny.
in the
I like it.
Extraordinarily
I like it
obvious
very
and
much.
totally inappropriate.
Caribou Mountains every 5
I doubt if Precious does much skiing.
Oh, my God.
Now
In fact,
95.
I'd bet on that.
Precious says
Based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
he's looking forward to skiing when he's 99 or 100, he says.
Wow.
That'll keep him young.
This guy's a badass.
Incredibly optimistic.
You gotta be-
Hopefully when he's 99, he calms down, just sticks to black diamonds, you know?
Yeah.
Gets up
Yeah,
and
no
up there.
kidding. This guy's a great skier. Boy, how cool is that? Getting in a helicopter.
Would you ever do that?
No. I
Why not?
You've got to be so good to do this.
Man.
You've got to be a world-class skier to do
I
this.
think the guy that we know that does this, that one time he thought they were going to land the helicopter and they couldn't, and he had to jump out.
Oh.
So I think sometimes it's their call. It's
Isn't it
the
also
pilot's
like $40,000 every time you heli-ski?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, it's
have to rent a
very
helicopter.
elite.
Actually, no, a buddy of mine did Dr. You Know Who do it?
Yeah, Dr. Ed. This is the horse doctor
Yeah,
we know.
Dr. Ed.
Yeah, he did it, and it wasn't that unreasonable. They had a bunch of guys. They got like 8 people, and
Okay.
there are companies that do this. It's the videos of people skiing in this uncharted. They're amazing.
No, but Josh, I think this is like the Michael Jordan fishing boat. You have to have at least $50,000 if you're going to be competing in this league. You know?
Yeah. But I think the thing is, it's very cool because if this guy's 90, what was he, Chick?
94.
Either way, it's going to be cool.
Damn near 95.
If he dies, you've got this very cool story about the way Pop died.
Right.
Either way, it's cool.
Bring the kids into it by calling him Pop.
You know, Pop had a death wish at 90. What a way to go.
He died doing what he loved.
Drop. Pop, drop.
Because
I have Pop Charlie.
I mean, if you have a massive wipeout and you're in the middle of nowhere, they got to get another copter to get you the hell out.
Another 40 grand.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, it's better than, dying surrounded by people that love you. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah. Being nice and quiet on a lanai somewhere.
You fill your ski pants with poop. It freezes before it stinks up the hospital room.
If I die surrounded by loved ones, I am causing a scene. Man, I'm going to die as violently and grossly as possible.
I am not going quietly.
Nope.
I don't think you have any choice, do you?
Oh, I'll act.
Oh, hush tones. Well, at least he died after the pizza got here.
That's
Wow,
5.
That's 5 by my count.
Are you keeping track?
No, I think that's 5.
Okay.
It is 5, Chick.
Genuinely hurtful comment.
At what point do I have a lawsuit? A legitimate lawsuit?
I think
At 1.
I think we might be. We might be there.
At the very least, you'll be doing school bullying seminars.
My last job.
Yeah, those are lucrative.
If you're playing Bob and Tom Bingo, making fun of Josh for being fat is a free space. It's right in the middle. It's a guarantee. Hello, Dare, also a free space.
Yep.
Yeah.
I apologize, John.
No, you don't.
Have you ever skied?
Well,
No, I would break a leg. I'd hurt myself.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I think I would.
Fun.
come on, go ahead.
I've never water skied either.
Go ahead. He picked up a turkey leg instead of a ski pole. Come on. Come on.
2 turkey legs.
Come on.
You can be a man.
pick it up.
You can be a man of certain
Size? Is that where you're going?
corpulence.
He's trying so hard to not say, Willie skis and he's a fat guy.
Willie's a better skier than I am.
Oh, yeah?
You're not fat. You're
No, it's not that because I'm overweight that I can't ski. I'm just uncoordinated.
also you have the skinniest legs of anyone of. No, seriously.
I can imagine they'd break like matchsticks.
You have beautiful legs.
Thank you. There's some muscle to them.
They're beautiful.
Calves,
They're
yeah.
very
functional,
nice.
but they're teeny.
Functional.
They're teeny.
They're smaller than you would expect. They're thinner than you'd expect a guy of my upper half.
They get you from the kitchen to the couch, right?
You've got kind of olive oil legs and Sarge from Beetle Bailey from the waist up.
Beetle Bailey.
That's 6.
Thank you, Pat. For
I'll
keeping
share
track.
some of the prize money, we'll call it, that I'll get from that'll be awarded by the judge.
I bet this Gordon Precious guy who the Heli-skier, I bet he has a couple Segways.
You think?
Yeah,
he's
he
a guy
sounds
that
like a
owns a
Segway
Segway. Yeah.
I doubt it. He's way too cool. Well, good for you, buddy.
Foolish.
Named after Gordon Lightfoot, funny enough.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Not named after Precious, based on the novel.
Oh, my goodness.
Back to it.
Well, he's going to hang on to
Seems
that.
like a natural.
What? So you sat through that movie, huh? Good for you.
Oh,
I like
that's
that movie.
A great movie. It's a tough watch, but it's a
tough.
great.
It's tough watch.
It's a great movie.
Good.
Now I haven't read the novel Push by Sapphire, but I have.
Hell of a book.
Remember? I mean, they were forcing that on
Yes.
every time they said Precious, they had to say based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
It was like Hillary Rodham Clinton all of a sudden. Yeah.
That didn't really catch on.
It didn't
did it?
really catch on. No.
The only movie my dad likes is Good Neighbor Sam. There's one movie
That's true.
it.
Yeah, and Bye Bye
Sideways.
Birdie and West Side Story.
And Sideways.
Sideways. Like
Yeah.
And the losing of the virginity of Duddy Kravitz or whatever.
Yeah. The apprenticeship.
The
The last
apprenticeship of.
detail, something else.
And everything you always wanted to know about sex, but were afraid to ask.
60. Oh
Great
my gosh,
movie.
we've got a good list started
Yeah.
here.
I think a Tom
Nothing in this
Griswold
century. Nothing in this century.
We should have a drive-in Tom Griswold movie marathon where
that'd be
people
great.
can come see your favorites.
Yeah.
Good Neighbor Sam.
Yeah.
I can plan
The
not to go.
classics.
It'd be great.
Okay, thanks. Is that sports?
Yes. That's wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Stay healthy, my friends. Christy.
A Florida woman suing her neighbor over a goat paternity test. Chris Hedstrom paid her neighbor Heather Daner $900 for 5 Nigerian dwarf goats in December. But now there's apparently a problem. Ms. Hedstrom wants proof of paternity and has requested the father's goat's DNA.
She knows where to get it, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Is this going to be on Maury?
Yeah, no joke.
They have.
Doesn't she have an extractor on the end of both her arms? Is that right?
I read this story. It's quite complicated.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually wants to get the dwarf goats back because there must be a problem.
Who knows? Goat paternity. That's what we got. That's what's happening in our world right now.
Yeah. Well, we have Thailand sterilizing monkeys. Do you want to hear about that?
Goat paternity sounds like Amish reality TV. There's like a host, like Maury, and
Yep. His name wouldn't be Maury. Graber?
or Maury.
They're represented by Yoder, and Yoder.
Yeah.
And there's some dude when they announce who the father is that's relieved. I was just pushing him through a fence.
Oh, yes.
I thought it was a boy goat.
This isn't a joke. I have a buddy who went to a school near a massive Amish community, and for their graduation, he said there was half the names were just regular last names, and the other half of the names were Yoder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think Yutzy's a big name in
Yutzy?
Amish. Yutzy and Beachy. I think Beachy's a big name. And I used to go to high school with a bunch of Amish people.
Oh.
Really?
Yutzy and Beachy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they wear the
no.
gear and everything?
No, not the gear, no. Well, some of the girls did, but no.
Would you brag about your calculator?
That's right. Look at this.
So look what I can use.
Or your deodorant.
Flashlight.
Turn a light on and off.
Or the fact that you weren't dating your cousin.
Well, we can get into the darker side.
Yeah, we could.
So much for that adult conversation. Oh, well.
Coming up in the news, I'm very excited about this. We got monkeys.
Yep.
Anchovies,
Yep.
sharks, the Mona Lisa, pizza, all coming up in the news.
Wow.
And when we come back, I'm really excited about this. The cereal companies are doing what we've been doing for a long time, mixing cereals.
Well, they better do it right this time.
Oh, I always mix cereals.
Gotta keep them separated.
Love this song.
Gotta keep them separated.
Keep them separated? No, we're mashing them up. We'll find out what that's happening with the cereals. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Bob. What are you doing out here? Same thing you're doing. Got a light?
Oh, we are smoking in front of the building. We are standing, we are talking, but mostly we are smoking. We are smoking in front of the building. Hacking, wheezing, barely breathing, choking, croaking. We love smoking.
I met a girl from another office. She's a smoker, just like me. Now we're dating, and we're smoking. We're smoking in front of the building.
We are smoking in front of the building, and we smell like we've been camping. It could be raining, it could be snowing, but we're smoking in front of the building. Hacking, wheezing, barely breathing, choking, croaking. We love smoking.
I never was a smoker until I looked outside. They were smoking while I was working. So now I'm smoking in front of the building.
We are smoking in front of the building, and the ashtrays are overflowing. We are smoking instead of working. We are smoking in front of the building. We are smoking in front of the building. We are standing, we are talking, but mostly we are smoking. We are smoking in front of the building. Smoking in front of the building.
building.
Beautifully done.
Where was the end?
a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I ain't going to a friend's house, and I ain't going to my place of work, and I ain't going to a baseball game or a picture show. I'm just driving in my car, and even though it looks like things ain't going my way, I didn't get promoted. My wife, she done left me, and I just got evicted. Now I think I'm going bald now, and now all I got is a bottle of booze and this here Thunderbird. And I'll be damned if it's insured. And I'm not looking at the stop signs, and I'm not looking at no traffic lights, and I'm not looking at the children on the crosswalk. I'm just driving in my car. How do you do, hitchhiking mama? Get in the car and take a ride with me. She says, get your damn hands off of me. I said, don't worry, ma'am, I'm a friend, you see. We're just driving in my car. And now the two of us are tearing up the highway with no registration. I ain't got no headlights, so can't see a damn thing. And what the hell was that now? Well, I hope it wasn't human. And now I'm getting heat from this girl that I just picked up off the road. And she's only 15 years old. She's only 15 years old. How do you do, Mr. Policeman? How's life treating you on the streets today? He says, pull over, son, walk a straight line. I said, thank you, sir, I'm doing fine. I'm just driving in my car. I'm just driving in my car. She's only 15 years old.
Well, if you say it twice, you get a laugh.
She's only 15 years old.
Thanks.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Now, do you have any animals?
I got 2 horses, about 15 chickens, dogs, cats.
So you are in the country, yeah?
Yeah, gravel road, one-way gravel road.
Really?
Do you eat the chickens?
No, the eggs.
Ah.
My wife said she'd never kill one of the chickens.
Really?
But she doesn't have any problem scrambling up the kids.
That's sweet.
What'd you do, dog?
So I screwed up. You know how too many times I say the wrong thing?
Yeah. Right.
Well, Kathy's into this mail order stuff again.
Right.
Yeah.
She's into this big time. I came home the other day. There was a case of breast enlargement cream on the kitchen table.
There was?
Breast enlargement cream?
Yeah, sitting right there on the table. I said, what the hell is this for? She said she rubs it on her breasts. They get bigger. I said, just use toilet paper. It's been working on your butt for 8 years.
Oh, that was
45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather, sunny 82, clear tonight, down to 61, partly cloudy on Friday, slight chance for an afternoon thunderstorm, high 88, 63 currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Coming up, we have a really interesting thing for you, I think, Josh.
Okay.
Because I know you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Sure, yeah.
You'll find this very interesting, I think.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Lord of the Rings. You're a wizard, Harry. Hell yeah, I love that.
No,
That's right, yeah.
We'll see what I'm talking about coming up. And, a little bit of weird Christmas. Welcome back. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. The big room. It's Ace Cosby, Chick McGee, Josh Arnold. This is Tom speaking. This is Tom thinking. There you go. See how quiet it got? Let's see. Willie Griswold is over there. I can see him through the glass in the greenhouse, we're calling it now. Christy Lee
Yes,
is
sir.
right over there. It's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Pat Godwin, you're going to need your guitar, I think, or maybe your keyboard for something coming up, Pat, I think.
Right.
Maybe. Ace Cosby, I mentioned, is our engineer and the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day, coming up a little bit later in the show. Did I get everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. We now turn to the news desk with Christy Lee. What have you got?
Well, with the current S show that we're dealing with, as summer kicks in,
Now even she's got it.
maybe we can get some holiday cheer out of this story. Are you ready?
I by the way, this is, what is it? The halfway to Christmas thing.
Yeah.
So there are
Well, half birthdays, half Christmas. Today.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
There are
June
actually
25th,
some
isn't
radio
it?
seriously, there are some radio stations that are doing all Christmas music again.
Today?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, just for
Oh.
yeah. I'm not a fan of that. I don't approve.
Really? But you like half birthdays?
Yes, because there's cake.
You can have a cake
Well,
for
why
Christmas.
did they have Christmas in July sales then? Wouldn't it be Christmas in June?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not split a hair here. I'm sorry. Back to you, Christy.
Guinness has been using its leftover kegs of beer to help fertilize Christmas trees.
No kidding.
During the coronavirus lockdown, the company retrieved millions of liters of beer from pubs and bars that had closed due to the pandemic.
Just pouring them out on the ground?
Aidan Crow, director of operations at the brewery, said that after collecting hundreds of thousands of kegs, we decanted and we dispersed the product through a number of environmentally sustainable routes.
I've decanted testimony. But
majority.
I have never used the word decant in my life.
No, me either.
I say,
wait a minute.
could you decant the skim
I've
for my
decanted a
cereal?
bottle of wine before.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But I've never used that word.
Okay.
Have you ever said to someone, "Hey, can you decant that bottle of wine?"
Yeah.
I would imagine you've used decanter.
I would say, yeah. I don't have a. What is those things? What are those things you pull out corks with?
A wine opener?
A decant do it.
Corks.
You know what the
Long
first
way
letter? You know what the third letter of decant is? It's to see.
It's you have to be a loyal listener.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy. The
been
apple
around a long
didn't
time.
fall too far from the tree, did it?
Vast majority of the Guinness beer goes to willow and Christmas tree plantations. It's used as nutrients in those farms.
That's really cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a waste of beer.
Well,
I
it
should
is,
pour
but it's
beer
not
on my
being used.
willow
It would be wasted anyway, wouldn't it?
And what's really interesting to me is that all those trees are going to be stout.
They sure will. Yeah.
See that?
I love a Guinness, man. I just a correctly poured, fresh
A
Guinness.
correctly decanted? Is that how?
Absolutely.
Can you
Jameson in
decant something from a can, or does it have to be in a bottle?
Well, I guess you could, if you put it in a.
Tom,
Yeah, I guess it's.
I know you have a rule about Christmas music.
Uh-oh.
I only like Christmas
before
music at Christmas time. I love
Thanksgiving,
Christmas
yeah.
music, but I don't want to hear it right now.
I know you have a rule, but let's break it, okay? Oh, Christmas tree, why won't you stand up straight for me? Oh, Christmas tree, how about some sobriety? You need water, not Christmas cheer. Now you are drowning in Guinness beer. Oh, Christmas tree, please don't pee in the greenery.
Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Can't get the Christmas tree to stand up straight. It's drunk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's kind of a nice.
Kind of makes sense, I guess. It does have nutrients in beer, I guess.
Is the beer not drinkable?
Apparently not. Beer will go stale.
Okay, so
Skunk.
that's nice.
Skunk beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Remember that was a big thing with Budweiser, I believe, the fresh on date or whatever.
Okay, well that's fine. I think it's. I'm just wondering if some of the workers. Hey, fellas, why don't you go pour this beer in the Christmas tree farm?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I've got a feeling that they're going to stick that in the back of an SUV and put a tap on it.
Yeah.
I like those guys who set fire to the pot plants. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go do it. Yeah. Totally cool, man.
Kellogg's has combined Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops into one product.
What the hell's going on there in Battle Creek?
According to survey data from Kellogg's K-Insiders Consumer Panel, nearly half of all cereal eaters already mix different products together, so the company decided to do the work for their customers.
They're
That's what
claiming
it says.
half of cereal eaters mix.
Yeah.
I do.
I do.
I say it's higher.
Do you do it, Shay?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mix?
Honey Nut Cheerios, and any Raisin Bran. I love Total Raisin Bran, but I can't find it, so I use Kellogg's Raisin Bran.
Christy, what do you mix?
It depends on what I have in the shelf. Usually it's a healthy vanilla crunch and...
bark and weeds and twigs.
Grass and stem.
Yeah, I can't be too critical because I mix shredded wheat with grape nuts.
Yeah, you working on that dinette set? Table legs? Is that what you
I mix up my cereals. I like...
And you got to rinse. If you have grape nuts, you got to rinse that. You got to rinse that bowl right away.
Yeah.
That stuff turns into super glue. And
There's a Kashi cereal I really like that's real crunchy like that.
Okay.
Have you ever had the little wheat things that have like jelly in the center of them?
I never have.
I think I fertilized my yard with that.
They're so good.
So anyways, Kellogg's is mixing Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes.
That's right.
Jesus.
The cereal included in the brand's new limited edition line called Mashups. Frosted Flake Fruit Loops is already available for purchase online and in stores. Competing brands are also releasing their own sugary breakfast staples, including General Mills' licensing deal with Hershey's for Hershey's Kisses, Reese's
Now
Puffs Big Puffs.
That says good morning. Hershey Kisses cereal.
And Jolly Rancher cereals.
Good God. What do you pour on it, Zima?
I don't know. As well as Oreo O's, Nutter Butter, and Chips Ahoy cereals from Post-Consumer Brands.
Everybody relax with the cereal.
No joke.
What do you mean?
I love cereal, but they're losing their minds.
No, they're not. I think it's fun. The sad part is I'm looking at the cover of this thing. Did you know that when you combine Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops, Tony the Tiger is actually eating Toucan Sam on the cover?
Oh, boy, that's rough, yeah.
Wow.
That's going to make the kids cry.
Boy.
Got
What's the toy in the box? A syringe of insulin?
I'm with Josh. That's a little too sugary.
I think these are for stoners, right?
Maybe.
It saves a step. But I've always liked to mix cereal.
I've always liked it too.
It never occurred to me that you could do it or should do it.
Oh, love it.
Well, then here's your song, Mr. Cereal Apartheid.
Gotta keep them separated.
It don't pay no. Our friend Paul writes in and says you should mix Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. It's heaven in a bowl, and tell Tom to stop interrupting Chick during sports.
Hey, right.
Well, that's simply
that obviously is made up.
And then suffer through sports. Okay, sorry.
You ever wonder where the Kellogg Rooster came from?
Yes.
Of course you do, right?
I do.
W.K. Kellogg's Welsh friend, Nancy Richards, suggested a rooster as the Welsh translation. The Welsh word for rooster is Kellogg, but it's spelled Ceilog.
How about that?
I thought it was because people woke up in the morning and ate cereal.
Right.
I thought it was because it was cornflakes and roosters are on farms where the corn grows.
I knew in my brain. I questioned doing that or sharing that with you. It's just a little.
So it's based on a word
information.
spelled totally differently. And looks something like
Pronounced the same.
That fake.
Speaking of breakfast,
When we come back, Christy, what have you got?
well, we have more breakfast news, this time from Starbucks. We have the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre in the news today.
I love.
The Louvre.
Josh and I have an Eiffel Tower every now and then. We're butt buddies.
That's right.
We do the Eiffel Tower.
Is the Eiffel
Heck yeah,
Tower?
we
Is
do.
the Eiffel Tower some degrading
It's like
sex
the
move?
it's like the
Nothing-
643. Yeah.
Nothing degrading about it unless you're the woman.
And then only if they're in.
So there's a woman involved.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's interesting. I get a little taste of that, do you? Oh, well, maybe it'll turn you back. When we come back, we have monkeys, dolphins, and robots. Did I say that?
All in the same story?
No.
No.
Oh. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Russian authorities are pulling out all the stops to get people to vote on constitutional amendments that would enable President Vladimir Putin to stay in office until 2036. The nationwide vote begins Thursday and lasts for a week. To encourage turnout amid the coronavirus outbreak, authorities are luring voters with a chance to win prizes, ranging from gift certificates to cars and apartments. A collection of Seattle business property owner and residents suing the city over its tolerance of an occupied protest zone, saying officials have been complicit in depriving them of their rights to their property. The plaintiffs, including a tattoo parlor and an auto repair shop, emphasized in the lawsuit filed Wednesday they were not trying to undermine the anti-policy brutality or Black Lives Matter messaging of the Capitol Hill occupied protest. A lawsuit was filed in U.S. District Court. The Seattle City Attorney's Office said it had not seen the lawsuit and would review it. And Disney is postponing the mid-July reopening of its Southern California theme parks until it receives guidelines from the state. The company announced an indefinite postponement for Disneyland and Disney California Adventure in Anaheim. Disney had hoped to reopen them on July 17th after a 4-month closure due to the coronavirus. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show's on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I asked everybody when they were in junior high and high school what posters they had on the walls.
Right.
In high school, I didn't get to hang any posters because we weren't allowed to do that on the trailer walls. You know, we rip the fake paneling off.
Who would have thought that Christy would win the white trash competition?
Christy had posters of homes.
Posters of actual homes.
I had pictures of bricks.
Yeah, pictures of houses. And,
all right.
Full meals.
Receive this.
We were fine. We had a great
this,
life.
Posters of brand name soda.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air, it's online.
Bob and Tom. 24/7.
1, 2, 3.
She's got tattoos around her Harley Davidson in the den. She's got an open door for the Marine Corps. She's looking for a few good men. She walks out to her mailbox in her see-through pink tube top. If it wasn't for her biker friend, somebody would have called the cops. And she's a trailer park woman. She's a mobile home princess. She's the queen of manufactured housing. She's a trailer park woman. She's a mobile home princess. And me, I'm the trailer park king. She spends her nights in a strip joint doing some exotic dance. In an out-of-date pair of platform shoes and worn-out spandex pants. Her kids still live with her mother and her brother who's unemployed. She always calls me Elvis, but she knows my real name's Floyd. She's a trailer park woman. She's a mobile home princess. She's the queen of manufactured housing. She's a trailer park woman. She's a mobile home princess. And me, I'm the trailer park king. She's got a bad reputation. She's the talk of the neighborhood. Maybe her place ain't Graceland, but the furniture's just as good. I often look through her window when she's getting dressed inside. She don't mind, she looks up to me, 'cause I own a double wide. Got a concrete block foundation, she admires it so. She always comes a-knocking whenever there's a tornado. And she's a trailer park woman, she's a mobile home princess. And me, I'm the trailer park king.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now, Andy Hendrickson is the other voice you're hearing in the studio. Andy is a stand-up comedian. You're a young guy.
Yeah.
Handsome guy. Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Girlfriend or anything?
No, none of that.
It's it's
you
tough on the
comedians
road.
really know how to get the action.
Troubadours, Tom. They move from town to town. New woman in every port.
Yeah, all my friends are married. I got more weddings on the docket this year. I got a wedding on Memorial Day, another one on Labor Day. You guys have the friends like that. You're like, oh, great, your love's so special. You get to wreck my 3-day weekend.
That's right.
Yeah.
801 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunshine 82. Clear tonight down to 61. Partly cloudy. Slight chance for a thunderstorm tomorrow. High 88. 63 currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Coming up, we have an interesting development at Starbucks in the breakfast division. Also, monkeys, GNC, sharks, and other delights all happening today. We'll let you know what's going on with all those things. Also, robots in a couple different ways are in the news. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here on this, the 25th of June, 2020. The semi-quarantine continues. God knows what's going on. We'll see. We do have ourselves, and we're here. Thank you. Let's see. There's Josh. There's Chick. I'm Tom. That's Ace. Coming up in a matter of moments, the Ace Cosby joke of the day, which I'm very excited about. Josh, of course, is in the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. Through the glass, I can see Willie Griswold. And then on the TV screen, from around the corner, it's Pat Godwin. Hey, Pat.
Hello.
Pat's got his keyboard and his guitar. We'll be hearing some more music from Pat shortly. Once again, she's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. It's Christy Lee. But, Christy, before we get back to see what's happening or not happening in the world, ladies and gentlemen, these aren't just jokes. These are observations about the contemporary culture and what's going on in the world.
It can be educational. Like, what does a pear tree do before growing its fruit?
What does a pear tree do before growing its root?
Fruit.
It's fruit.
Oh, sorry.
Fruit.
What does a pear tree do before growing its fruit?
It prepares.
worth every.
Glad we fixed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really something.
That's all you're going to give it?
Yeah.
Not even
prepared.
Not even an autopsy? Okay, sorry. Christy.
Move along.
Well, we had breakfast cereal in the news before the break. Now, for those of you who don't like meat with your coffee, Starbucks is adding the so-called Impossible Breakfast Sandwich to its menu. Impossible Foods is known for its plant-based meat alternatives. The Impossible Breakfast Sandwich has been added to the Starbucks menus at most of its locations here in the United States. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to look it up.
I know that it's impossible to get to Starbucks without paying $10 for a cup of coffee. Yeah. What am I saying? Nice iced tea.
It's up to you if you go there or not. You don't have to.
I'll be honest with you. If someone had told me, 20, 30 years ago,
I would have never...
they were going to open up a place that's going to be a coffee place and the coffee's like $5, I'd never fly.
Right.
And you would be the last person, I think, who would change your routine to stop at Starbucks. But, boy, you did and will.
Yeah, enjoy the iced tea, the coffee, certainly. I've never had the Impossible Burger.
I haven't had anything impossible. Your thoughts?
I'm not a huge fan.
Okay.
I like a Boca burger, which is...
Those are tasty, flavorful.
Yeah, but that's a veggie burger. I guess it's different.
Right.
I like that. Which, if someone had put a regular hamburger in front of you and a Impossible Burger, could you tell the difference right away?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I did an experiment with my kids once, and I made taco filling with Impossible, and another one with just ground beef. They knew immediately. This is an Impossible. It's sausage.
There you go, Josh. Then your little show.
This looks good.
My little show.
What you're doing over there, the meaningless efforts you're attempting.
I'm sorry.
This Impossible breakfast sandwich looks pretty darn good.
You know what?
It's not a bad. I'm not saying they're bad. It's fine. It's just I can tell a difference.
Because today's the peanut show. Can't you grind up walnuts and make a meat substitute with a bunch of walnuts?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that there are all these choices out there for people.
Sure.
Yeah, when you have to buy coffee on layaway, it starts getting a little pricey. I'm sure it's delicious.
You see why no one cares that you're complaining about this.
Oh, of course. I totally get that.
All right.
Starbucks, if you're driving by a certain highway by where we are, my dad will tell you every Starbucks off every exit.
Oh, absolutely.
He knows them by heart.
Do you know the Starbucks that I go to? Every time I go there, Tom is in line, and I am not even joking.
Are you serious?
Ask him, yeah. He's always there.
It is kind of odd.
Holding up the line or beeping.
What do you get there?
I can't
just
imagine
iced tea?
I bet you do hold up the line.
Not holding up the line.
You did on Sunday.
Chatting with the people who work there, I bet.
He thinks they love him.
They recognize my voice. They know my order.
They love me.
What's
What
your
do we have
order?
here? The works? I'll gum these up.
What's your normal order, Astor?
Venti black iced tea unsweetened.
Love that. I'm with you.
And a perfect bar,
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
which is like a, I don't know what it's.
Piece of cake.
It's like it's
So good.
Yeah.
What's your perfect bar, chick? Just vodka?
Are those
Be
those-
right back. Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Chick's perfect bar would be a bar with a bartender that couldn't hear or speak. I just
sounds delightful.
No, that wouldn't be perfect.
Hey, what's that? What was
I want him
that?
to be attentive and
Is that those peanut butter bars?
Yes.
You get? Oh, okay.
you have to refrigerate them. They're so good.
They're good.
Okay. This probably is not very good. Workers at a food bank in England were shocked to receive a 33-year-old can of anchovies.
How about that?
And what's reportedly a new record for use by date of a donated food item. Organizers at the Norwich Food Bank were very surprised
What a dick.
to realize the donated tin of fish had the best use by date of April 1987.
Who would do that? Here.
Well, people just clean out their cabinets.
Man.
Don't look.
Here's the food I would never eat.
Here you go.
Now,
I think especially old people.
anchovies. You've stated you don't care for anchovies.
That's not, no. I've stated I've only had them in Caesar salad, and I like that. So
You've had a Caesar salad?
I have, yes.
Double down,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I don't think
I
I've
filled it
ever
with
had-
sloppy Joe mix. Is that what you want to hear?
That sounds pretty good.
Sounds great.
I've never had. I don't think I've ever had an anchovy to be aware of.
They're like tiny, wet,
Blobs of
salty bacon,
salt, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that they're prepared, yeah.
I'd like to try it on pizza at one point, just because. You don't even want to live a little to see what it's like.
Anchovies on pizza have become kind of like Nickelback. They have a terrible reputation that may not be deserved.
Yeah, who knows? I have no idea. You know what? The next pizza I get, anchovy. I'm getting anchovies.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What are they anyway?
They're fish.
Fish.
Little
They're delicious
fish,
grilled.
like little minnowy looking.
Can you get them with
fish.
their bodies intact? Because I've only seen them all cut up and.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, you get them?
Can you
for
get them
your
like sardines?
fish tank?
I
or
had them in
Probably.
Greece. They were delicious. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You know, the first anchovies weren't fried in Greece.
They were fried.
That's backwards.
What were they fried in, Jackie? Actually, do you? I probably have. Did I give you the new pizza story this morning?
No, you didn't.
Oh, we got a pretty good pizza story. It involves using a pizza as a weapon. So, well,
Frozen pizza?
we'll find out. When
They're pointy, but not very rigid. You know?
Right. You can't stab a guy with a
Speaking
pointy
of,
pizza.
here's a story that kind of goes with what we're talking about. Durian fruit. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Oh, yes.
It's famous for what? Do you know?
Smelling like garbage.
That's exactly right. Now, researchers have found that smelly durian fruits could be used to build supercapacitors. According to a new paper.
Capacitors.
Capacitors.
Like electronic?
Right,
Okay.
capacitors. Sorry.
A capacitator.
Capacitator?
That sounds like some kind of really good potato.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. You guys
Has
have
to be a capacitor.
Capacitor?
That sounds good.
Does that have sour cream and butter?
It's a capacity.
Yeah, super capacitor. According to the new paper in the Journal of Energy Storage, scientists at the University of Sydney have been able to build supercapacitors from the waste scraps of durian and jackfruit.
How about that?
Study co-author Vincent Gomez, whatever, Gomes, said
I'd go with Gomes.
Gomez makes the very best.
Sherlock Gomes.
said
Capacitors.
durian waste as a zero-cost substance that the community wants to get rid of urgently due to its repulsive, nauseous smell can substantially reduce the cost of energy storage through a chemical-free green synthesis protocol.
Is this, what's the guy's name in Back to the Future? Doc Brown?
Doc Brown.
Doc Brown.
Marty.
Yeah.
Is this how
Flux capacitor?
the flux capacitor runs on durian fruit?
How about you, Josh, and jackfruit? Anything?
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's-
jackfruit.
you know what
Made
you
some
get
last
when-
night.
we can write a joke
You
here.
cross jackfruit and
What do you-
you have jackfruit. No. Oh, wait a minute.
Let's keep working on this. We'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find
You
it.
put a cantaloupe in the microwave.
Yeah, that's considered a jackfruit.
Drill a hole in jackfruit.
Oh, my
You know,
God.
the really good durian fruit are the sort of.
Oh, is this going to be a Dorian Gray joke?
I knew it.
You keep it gray.
There's a really
You know
nice.
what?
Yeah.
In the refrigerator, it's all rotten. But you go up to the attic.
Yeah, and
It
it's
was going to be, yes.
There's a gorgeous looking durian fruit in the attic. Is that what you want?
Damn you.
Have you ever eaten this stuff?
Yeah, in Singapore.
What's the smell
So
like?
Oh, just the worst. And I didn't care for the taste.
This
Oh,
is also
really?
used as a meat substitute, right?
I'm not sure.
Is this what this is for?
I think jackfruit can be a meat substitute
Oh,
sometimes.
Jackfruit, definitely.
Okay, yes. I've had the durian.
I've had jackfruit, but not durian fruit.
You've had more than jackfruit.
Yeah, you've had.
Little insight.
That's a reference to my second husband's name. It's okay.
Does the
Kevin
durian
Fruit?
Jack.
Does the durian fruit
Fruity
smell
Bill?
like nasty?
No.
Dirty
I mean, I
man?
hope if anybody ever smelled like durian fruit, that's a corpse.
Is it that bad? They're touring with the dead.
Yeah, I think it's bad.
Okay.
I did not like the flavor.
We did have these.
Made love to it. It felt good. But.
Oh, of course.
Oh, God, yeah, you're not going to pass it up. But still.
Nice funk to it.
Is jackfruit something available in the United States?
Yeah, you can get it at the store, the grocery.
Really?
Specific grocery or
No, I
regular?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, this says huge tropical jackfruit is a meat substitute.
Right.
It's a large tropical fruit native to India.
Yes.
It can be cooked, chunked, and shredded.
Yep.
Wow. A jackfruit can weigh up to 70 pounds.
That's a fat jackfruit.
Yeah.
Real fat.
Jackfruit tenderized by stroking.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Ironic.
They make a vegan barbecue out of it, I think, here in the States.
Jill fruit, by the way, just as good, does not get the press coverage.
No, it sure doesn't.
It does.
You're exactly right.
You can't take them both up the hill.
No, they roll right down.
Because she's a girl.
It's the glass ceiling.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, give me what you got coming up, Christy.
Well, coming up, we still have monkeys in Thailand, and we have big news out of France as they get back up and running. The Eiffel Tower and the Louvre both are open.
The Louvre.
Yes. And Disneyland, if you had plans to go there, cancel because they are not going to be reopening in July like they thought. Yeah.
Sucks. Okay.
Disneyland, the one in California.
Okay,
Yeah.
when we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Apple the App of the Black Eyed Peas says the new album translation is straight from the heart. It's a mix of lyrics in Spanish and English and features guest musicians like Shakira. According to Taboo, they want to celebrate the Latino influence on their music. will.i.am says the coronavirus lockdown gave them time to fine-tune. He says they're grateful for people responding to it despite the pandemic with things like TikTok dance videos. Translation for you Black Eyed Pea fans is out now. Usually when a human comes in contact with a shark's mouth in the waters off a beach, it's no laughing matter. But a swimmer had such an encounter over the weekend in the waters off Cape Henlope State Park in Lewis, Delaware. He was caught on camera prying a shark's mouth open with his hands. It wasn't to get himself free, but to free the shark from a fishing hook someone else had cast. It isn't unusual for two parties to go to court to fight it out over kids, but the kids in this case are baby goats. A Florida woman suing a neighbor to find out who fathered her goats. Chris Hedstrom has sued neighbor Heather Daner, seeking DNA tests for 5 Nigerian dwarf goats she bought from her in December. Her suit claims she was able to register the dad with the American Dairy Goat Association, but the 4 kids couldn't be. According to the Tampa Bay Times, Hedstrom wants the DNA information so she can register the kids, but the seller has offered her neighbor a refund in exchange for the baby goats. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh Lord, I'm on a mission. Listen to my plea. I need the perfect woman to spend her life with me. A sweet and loving woman is all that I'm looking for. Oh, and Lord, it wouldn't hurt if she was really stacked, had a lot of money, laughed at all my jokes, and owned a liquor store. All right, Lord, here's what I need. I made a list. I don't need no fancy lady, prim and propers for someone else. If she won't drink beer from a bottle, Lord, I'd rather drink by myself. She needs a mouth like a trucker. I need a woman who can make some noise. If she didn't have those mammoth hooters, she'd just be one of the boys. I need a woman of the 90s who knows I'm not a sexist jerk. She knows her place is still in the kitchen, and she goes there straight from work. I gotta find me a woman, a downtown, all around, not afraid to get down woman. I gotta find me a woman like I never had. I gotta find me a woman who sweats real bad. I need a natural woman, not one with that big old hair. She's at home watching all the ball games, scratching in her underwear. She gotta be good at poker, gotta bait her own fishing line. I need a woman who's up front with me and still has a great behind. That's all I need, Lord. See, I don't need a filet mignon kind of girl. I need a woman who enjoys a Whopper. I need a woman who'll say those three little words: pull my finger. That's all I need. She doesn't drive no fancy sports car. She's comfortable driving Rex. But most important, Lord, I need a woman who doesn't want to talk to me after sex. I hate that. I gotta find me a woman, a free-thinking, hard-drinking, not afraid to do some stinking woman. I gotta find me a woman like I never had. I gotta find me a woman who sweats real bad. She don't need no fancy wardrobe. Laid back's what I'm looking for. The clothes she wore when she came, well, they all look the same when they're laying on my bedroom floor. Give me that wild and crazy woman who will love me to the end, who wants to get down and dirty, and it'd be great.
8:19 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has an update on the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Sunshine today, look for a high of 82. Clear skies tonight, down to 61. Partly cloudy, slight chance for a thunderstorm, according to the CarX Man. Look for a high of 88 tomorrow. Right now, 65 degrees.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Who was that? May I ask?
Josh.
It was not me, Tom.
Was that chick?
What happened?
Was that audible over the air?
No, Christy didn't hear it.
I didn't.
Did anything come out?
Huh?
That wasn't as a belch as much as it was like a pre-vomit.
Yeah, that had some weight to it. Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize.
Oh.
Thanks.
Stop it.
It's unbelievable.
Decorum, people.
Child. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
How about ya?
Are you continent? Can we at least hope that sphincter is working?
Am I what?
He's not continent, but he's a little bit country.
I'm a little bit continent.
Man, that's good.
That is good.
There he is.
Home Run King is back.
Another home run for the King.
Willie Mays.
We got to get the greenhouse sponsored. Can they advertise legal marijuana on the radio?
No, but I think that we are in Colorado, and I should be able to smoke it in here.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, you know, I've gotten drunk on the air 2 or 3 times, so I think Willie could get high on the air. And he'd start talking about our universe living in your
fingernail. Depends on the point of origin, because
Great.
sometimes Willie's doing the show from Chicago. I know you'll be doing it from Chicago.
Tomorrow, a little bit.
Tomorrow, okay, good. Okay. That might be an interesting segment.
You're not going to be here tomorrow?
Do you want to call tomorrow, what do you call it, Waked and Baked?
Waked and baked?
I have a feeling he's done that already.
Yeah, me too.
I don't do it because I try to be sharp when I come in, but I was telling Pat the other day, I have stomach problems, so I will smoke pot in the morning, but I don't do it when I come on the show.
Oh, there you go.
Wait a
Settles
second.
the stomach, officer.
I have stomach problems.
I swear, it helps.
We're going to go with that?
It helps.
Really?
Yeah. I have a friend
It's medicinal.
I have a friend who once told me he had a problem flying, which is why he drank 12 drinks.
I had stomach problems.
On the way to London.
That's so weird. I have that same problem as your friend. I can't believe
And
that.
a half bottle of Xanax. But
I'm sorry. Okay, who's who here? We're on a bunch of new stations. I need to explain what's happening.
I'm Josh Arnold here at the OrangeInsoles.com sidekick chair.
I'm Chick McGee at the CrazyCockWine.com sports desk.
And I'm Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
I'm Pat Godwin.
Wow.
Mine was the only clumsy one.
He couldn't stand it.
No.
If you think he'd kick back, drink some coffee?
Yeah.
There's a good
And I'm
room
Ace
there.
Cosby in the chair of comedy.
Oh,
how about that?
Listen to that voice. No wonder. No wonder the ladies go, oh, Ace.
Yeah, he's got him dripping on.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Slipping and sliding.
Okay.
I wish I could be
Falling out of
a
this-
buddy like you guys, though.
Oh, that's true. I'm your wingman. I'll set you up.
My dirty? Okay.
There you go.
My Dirty.
That's right.
Oh, speaking of My Dirty, Al Jackson should be calling today. Al is in L.A. today, and there's a technical issue, but I think we're going to get it resolved.
Okay, cool.
I'll certainly look forward to talking with Al.
Yeah, see what he's doing out in old La La Land. Look at that. Butt buddies
saying it together. Look at that.
Finishing each
Couldn't
other's
wait.
sentences.
Yep.
Anyone
We're
who says-
very tight. We're a tight butt buddy.
We are tight.
Anyone who says La La Land is like someone who says Frisco, referring to San Francisco. Which
I love Frisco.
No one has ever said that has any hipness.
Big fan of
whatsoever.
What about Chi-Town?
I love
You ever say-
Chi-Town.
Dad, are you just saying that because you went to college in the Big Apple?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Never ever once referred to it as the Big Apple.
No, but you do say New York City.
What's the name of the city? You see, that's why. What do you
It's the
call
way
it?
you say it, though.
New York.
That's what I call it.
Going to New York.
Okay, that's a big place.
I still
Big
I
state.
refer to it as New Amsterdam.
Yeah, the original name.
Tom's favorite heavy metal band?
I say it again.
Tom's favorite heavy metal band?
Is
the Sabs.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Goes without saying. Everyone calls them the Sabs.
No.
Where were we? Oh, I know. Christy.
Tom.
You had mentioned something about Paris, France. Am I correct in saying that the Eiffel Tower opened this morning?
Yep, it's open once again. France's tourism industry is opening back up. The famed landmark will not immediately welcome visitors the way it did before the country went into lockdown, though, in March. Only a limited number of people will be allowed in. Elevators to the top will be out of service, and only the first and second floors are accessible to the public. All visitors over the age of 11 also required to wear face masks. It's the longest closure since World War II.
Did you have to? So you have to take the stairs?
Yeah, it's the only first two floors are open, so it's
That'll
not like
eliminate all Americans from going up.
Yeah, it sure will. Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't possibly.
Good thing about wearing the face mask is you don't have to smell France.
Hey.
That's good.
Sure. The prisons have developed a mask you can smoke in.
Have you seen the Have you seen the mask with the hinges, the mouth
Yes.
open, so you can eat with it on? Man, that's funny
ridiculous.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's got a little squeeze ball on it that opens it up.
I had a guy.
Mama's got a squeeze ball.
Oh yeah.
A squeeze box.
Whatever.
Mama's got a squeeze box.
All right, but I was.
Yeah,
We were having
sticking with,
fun, okay?
One of the lesser tunes from the Who. Have you? A guy sent us. I don't know if we posted it. A picture. He used to work as a painter of automobiles.
Right.
Yes.
And he had developed because they have to wear a specific type of mask. He had developed one that had a hole for his cigarette.
Nice.
So it's possible. So the Eiffel Tower is open.
Yep.
Okay.
As is the Louvre. And the Mona Lisa is ready to accept visitors. Before the coronavirus lockdown, the Louvre drew 30 to 50,000 visitors per day in a busy summer season.
Wow.
Only a fraction of that amount is expected when the museum reopens July 6th. The museum director, Jean-Luc Martinez.
One of these things is not like the other.
I need a 20. What?
Yeah, saying if we get 10,000 per day, I'd be very surprised. Those that are able to visit will likely be given a rare opportunity to see the Mona Lisa without the throngs of people that usually crowd
The
her.
reproduction that they've actually hung up.
Museum goers will need to reserve a time slot for their visit, which can be done online, and you will wait in line, and that will enforce social distancing.
You ever seen it, Josh?
Nobody's seen the real Mona Lisa. That's a fake.
Okay, well,
Masks will be required.
Of course,
shouldn't all the windows at the
conspiracy
Louvre
theory contention?
I haven't. Shouldn't all the windows at the Louvre have horizontal shades?
Like the Louvre, like Louvers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Again, might maybe submit that through Willie, and then we'll.
Now
the home run king.
Well, I see who the golden boy is.
He can reject it.
Yeah.
My nightmares come true. I'm working for your kid.
Hey.
Wait a second, Chick. Dad, don't bring me into this. That's you. I'm a fun guy. I'm a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
Okay, have you ever been to the Louvre?
Yeah.
Did you see the Mona Lisa?
Yeah, but you're packed in with all those other people.
You ever seen it, Christy?
I have not seen it. I've been there, but I've not seen it.
It's surprisingly small.
It's like 8 by 10 or something, isn't it? Something.
And most people go there. They do the standard American thing. They go to the Louvre, one of the great museums in the world. They walk straight to the Mona Lisa, then go to the postcard department and send it back to their friends and got a couple souvenirs and leave.
Yeah.
So it's very tiny.
Yeah.
Is there really a contention that that's a fake one? The real?
I think that's just a Da Vinci Code type.
Okay. Because when I was there, you couldn't get very close, and it was behind plexiglass. I don't know I'm not sure how it's.
I heard it only took them like 2 days to paint.
Oh. Well, you can if there's not a lot of people, you can probably get a good look and get up there and check out the cleavage.
Oh,
I heard he painted over a clown, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah. It was more. I heard it was a Mad Hatter.
I heard it was one of those big-eyed kids.
Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters. That's an obscure.
I like that.
Now I know.
Now no.
Speaking of places you can visit.
By the way, the Mona Lisa will have a mask on, by the way.
And she's been altered. Disney postponing the mid-July reopening of its Southern California theme parks until it receives guidelines from the state.
Good luck.
They announced
the state good at guidelines.
Yeah.
Didn't was it the CDC or the WHO that released their first guidelines like a week ago? Hey, timely.
The company announced Wednesday an indefinite postponement for Disneyland and Disney California Adventures, both in Anaheim.
Okay.
Blues musicians in the lakeside town of Castellone del Lago, Italy, are entertaining music fans despite the coronavirus restrictions.
Oh, no.
The musicians are playing from borrowed fishing boats to entertain people on shore.
Josh, go sing the song. Da 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 da.
Which part am I doing? I'm sorry. I
invent one.
Oh, all right. I'm here in my boat, playing this guitar. I ain't got a paddle. Not getting very far. I got no paddle blues. I got no paddle blues.
What I need is Evan Rude.
Oh, nice tag. The musicians load their guitars, harmonicas, microphones, and battery-powered amplifiers onto 4 small boats with outboard motors, stopping here and there along the shoreline of the largest lake in central Italy.
Sounds nice.
Play a song
great.
or two. Yeah, it's a great idea.
What are Italian blues musicians? I didn't know they existed.
I didn't either, Willie.
We're all
I'm
so
with you.
happy.
It's got to be great. I'd rather have one of those gondolier guys. Oh, solo mio.
Wow. I've always wanted to do that.
You know what?
Shoot a gondolier.
After that very offensive thing, Godwin, you're not allowed to do the Italian voice. Now you actually can't do it anymore.
Yeah, what
did he say?
What is the Italian name? Giancarlo
Infecto Quarantino.
Infecto Quarantino.
Hey.
Hey, Infecto, your guitar is out of tuna.
Out of tuna.
Do you know Rock the Boat?
We had tuna yesterday.
Play that Edmund Fitzgerald song. That always makes me
that's
feel
too sad. That's too sad.
Okay.
Not too sad.
It's bring you down.
That's super cool.
Bum
by the way,
me out.
it's possibly going to happen.
What?
I woke up this morning. I'm in such a good a mood.
I got a boat. It's got an Evan Rude. We're going to get that Evan Rude thing in there somewhere. For those of you that like boats, Evan Rude makes a fine outboard motor.
What's going to happen?
Maybe what's going to happen is we had so much fun last week when we brought Duke Tomato and the Power Trio in.
Yeah.
And when I say brought them in, we're not allowed to have anybody in the building.
Right.
It's
You know,
what?
Have you asked Duke about this?
Duke about what?
I don't know.
You're
going to
bring him back?
That excited about?
He didn't. Yeah.
He loved it.
He reacted.
He was as surly as I've ever.
Man, was he cranky.
That's because he's one of my only friends.
He reacted,
and he
just
understands
the way
that's how friends treat
you
one
would
another.
think a guy would react being awake at 5 o'clock in the morning, playing next to an outhouse outside.
So I've been talking to Josh Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the Black Moods.
From the Black Moods. And if the stars align, we're going to be able to, I'm going to have to re-rent that GD outhouse.
Yeah.
Did anybody even use that thing?
Yes.
People used it. Yeah, Ace saw somebody.
I had to rent the Porta-John because
I really used it.
no one's allowed in the...
Oh, yeah.
But it's work.
You deuced it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Blew it up.
I wrecked that out.
So we may be able to get them to be our house band, but they'll have to be outside again. So the stars will have to align. It'll be weather permitting, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Okay.
But Eddie knocked it out of the park.
sounded
Eddie and Dean and
great.
John getting the engineering done. They sounded terrific.
They
out
sure
there,
Yes.
did. Yeah.
Even though they were outside. So the Black Moods have a new project out there, just released.
Doing very well. It's charted.
Yeah, they're on the charts right
Big
now.
time. Yeah.
So great guys, and so we may be able to get that done. I'm really excited about
right.
that. So in the meantime, you'll have to watch your favorite band, I guess, on a barge in front of a... That's so cool that they're doing that. I hope
Yeah.
we get more stuff like that. Oh, speaking of cool things, Bert Kreischer has started his drive-in theater comedy shows.
Yeah, that's
He's got
fun.
a few more coming up. He's got one in Fort Collins, one in Tulsa, one in Indy, so or a couple actually in some spots. So
Yeah, because they sell out like that.
if you're a Bert fan, check that out. In the meantime, we can return to the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom with Christy Lee.
Thailand has started sterilizing hundreds of monkeys. Lopburi province and its 2,000 monkeys have long been a draw for tourists from around the world who typically feed them and pose with them for selfies.
You been there, Josh?
No.
But since Thailand closed its borders on April 4th to control coronavirus, the monkeys are not adapting well to their new normal.
Oh, no.
Yeah, apparently this pandemic has left the monkeys hungry, aggressive, and wrestling food from terrified residents.
Wow.
So wouldn't the solution be to feed them rather than cut their nuts off?
I don't know.
Hey.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
They feed them their nuts.
Oh,
Do
they
they-
do not
Ease them into it.
So they have to catch them and then
sterilize them.
neuter them, presumably?
Apparently, yeah.
Or are they sterilizing the female monkeys?
I don't know. This is all you gave me. So,
Okay.
do they give them a pill or something?
Nudiscoot. You know, he gives you half a story and then asks questions
know.
that he knows you don't know the answer to.
It's my favorite thing.
I thought maybe...
What a monster.
Yeah.
So I'm just
You know,
saying...
I'd
you're-
love to read the full stories.
It's
I'd
in the
love to get a look at it,
it's-
right?
It's in the Jakarta Post. I gave you the source. I get that every morning when I come in.
Oh, the Jakarta Post?
Is the Jakarta is the post up yet?
They have great funnies in the Jakarta Post.
If you
They do.
haven't seen the video of these monkeys attacking
I'll
the
tell you what, I am
tourists,
terrified of monkeys.
It's
I have
pretty
no,
funny.
I have no
So I am-
desire to spend any time around any monkey.
I love monkeys.
Same here. I
They're
don't
terrifying.
What?
Ruined the term monkey business, which used to be so fun.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a monkey.
They throw poop. They bite
No,
people.
they
They're
don't
awful.
all do that.
They show their butt to you. It's
Yeah, I don't
hideous.
care for them.
Grow up mean.
So if you castrate them, now they're just going to be hungry and pissed off. Can't you? Wouldn't it be smart to feed them?
I thought when you castrated the males, they become less aggressive. That's the whole
But you have
reason.
to get them before they get old, though. Isn't it like the castrato singers?
I don't know. I'm not up on my monkey
Yeah, I don't know.
sterilization.
Isn't that how
Have
that
you
works?
ever seen a monkey in a choir? Come on.
Yes,
Use
the,
your brain.
the castrato.
Oh, if they had castrated monkeys singing, I would be there. And
You
coronavirus
just said you
be
don't
damned.
like monkeys.
Yeah, but if they were on stage and there was some kind of security,
If they're anything like the monkeys in movies, all they need is a cigarette to calm down monkeys.
Yeah.
And that's pretty funny.
Right.
It looks pretty
True.
funny, too.
that is funny.
Relaxes them.
I did like the monkey and the Little Rascals.
They had a monkey in the Little Rascals?
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah.
Boy, I don't remember that.
And the dog Petey with the thing.
Monkeys are just unfinished people. That's why I don't like them. They give me the creeps.
I think you're right. on
Like
that.
God was making an experiment along the way. And,
I'm tired.
hey, Jesus, I'm close this time.
Oh, what?
No, Dad, that's a monkey.
I'll let it go.
Oh, it's Sunday already? All right, just let them loose.
Take a break.
Okay. So
my head back.
aggressive, mean monkeys.
Speaking of aggressive, a Florida woman has been arrested after throwing a pea pizza at her ex-boyfriend. According to a court filing, Becky Bartlett had been arguing throughout the night with Robert Ybarra when he decided to leave the residence they apparently shared to help diffuse the situation.
The all-night argument.
Yeah.
Oh,
when he returned, he began...
Those are the worst.
That's an exquisite type of emotional pain.
It sure is. And if you're in bed, you start getting dressed when you start
That's
fighting.
amazing. Yeah.
When he returned, he began to cook himself a pizza, which upset Miss Bartlett. So she allegedly walked into the kitchen, took out the pizza, and threw it at Ybarra.
I remember one time I was having a fight with a girlfriend, and I go, "Is this the point?" We were in bed, and she said something that I hated, and I go, "Is this the part where you get out of bed, get dressed, and get out?"
I bet she did.
She did. Yeah.
Would you mind making me a pizza before you leave?
And throwing it in here?
Don't throw it at me. Just throw it on a tray, and I'll eat it later.
Yeah, just throw it on a tray.
Police said the 37-year-old suffered a minor burn to his hand and that he had food on his pant leg, consistent with the statements. Ms. Bartlett was arrested for domestic battery.
As my mother would say, really? We're going to make a federal case out of this situation?
No kidding.
Yeah, maybe the police really need to deal with this right now. The great pizza debacle.
If it was a deep dish pizza, I'd understand. You could hurt somebody with one of those.
Yeah.
Those are heavy. Cheese-filled crust.
Molten cheese.
It's not delivery, it's domestic abuse.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you pack your stuff and go on home for the rest of the day. That's a walkout line, baby.
I would argue, Josh, that domestic abuse never funny, but
in this case,
but throwing a pizza like a frisbee always hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you suppose she frisbeed it?
I hope so.
I don't know.
I don't know how you could get it to go very far if you wouldn't frisbee.
Had to have been hot. It was out of the
Yeah,
oven.
she'd have to put on like some kind of a mitt
The air
in
would
order to
catch.
frisbee it, unless she picked up the tray. She'd have to have a mitts on of some sort.
If it's still partially frozen, it's going to hold together when you throw it.
Right.
We could test this.
How did Walter White chuck the pizza up on the house in Breaking Bad? Did he frisbee it? I don't remember.
So. I don't either. I saw that episode. But
remember that, Skylar? Will you climb down out of my ass? Remember that? That was a great scene, man.
Wow. So, yeah, the guy burned his hand, so it had to have been hot.
Right.
So she must have gone to the trouble to put on the mitts, and it would be kind of hard to frisbee it with a mitt. I think she must have just heaved the whole...
If you have one of those, what's a pizza grabber called? Looks like a big spatula. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like a tray with a handle.
Right, yeah.
If you have one of those, you could whip it like it's a lacrosse stick.
No kidding.
I think the wind, it would go end over end. It wouldn't go very far, I don't think. Would it?
Yeah, it's like a sail kind of at that point.
It catches
now,
the wind.
Now we have a challenge. What do you call the pizza grabber stick thing?
Yeah, what is that?
We see them all the time.
Somebody knows. Someone's yelling it right now at the
There's
radio.
got to be a name for those.
There's a pizza stone.
Pizza spatula? I
Pizza
don't know.
stone.
If it's called a pizza grabber.
Pizza
It
grabber?
doesn't quite grab it.
Oh,
you
let me
gotta-
look it
it's
up.
more like a spatula.
I hope it's a
paddle?
pizza shovel.
Pizza paddle.
That's
I
gotta
like
be it.
that.
Pizza Paddle should be a band.
Pizza paddle.
I'd go see Pizza Paddle.
Me too.
They're opening for the Black Moods. Right now, Chick McGee brought something to my attention that was actually valuable.
It's the do-it-yourself home security system called Simply Safe. That's right. What's the number one sign of a bad home security system? That's right, a home security system that's so complicated you never use it. Just to hell with it. I can't even arm this thing. That's not Simply Safe. They spent a decade fighting against complicated home security systems. Simpler is safer, and it's exactly why Simply Safe is the home security for right now. With wireless magnetic technology. Feel safe at home because you're always there. You've never been more important.
There's no guy with bad breath in one of those drills with an 8-foot drill bit on it going, well, sorry, I just drilled through your pocket door.
You don't want a stranger traipsing around your house. Simply Safe is designed to easy to use while
Mind if I
protecting
smoke in the baby's room?
your whole home.
You don't want that guy there.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the app for your smartphone. You can arm, disarm, and check in on your cameras right there on your phone. It arrives at your home and open the box, place the sensors in, plug it in, and voila, fish and chips. And the whole thing's set up. No technician or salesperson has to come and disrupt your home where you play with your toys. You don't need to pay any outrageous monthly fees or sign a 2-year contract. Simply Safe named Best Overall Home Security System of 2020 by U.S. News and World Report. And their 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency dispatch starts at just 50 cents a day. And yes, we have a deal for you. Go to simplysafetom.com and get free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's simplysafetom.com, exclusively for Bob and Tom Show listeners.
That thing has a name, the pizza paddle. You'll never believe what
I know.
it is.
It's unbelievable.
It is you in a million years. You
Never
wouldn't
guess
guess
it.
it.
I love stuff like this.
We'll
Okay.
find out when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
From the crazycockwine.com sports desk, I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom sports update. All-star outfielder Charlie Blackmon of the Colorado Rockies has become the first Major League Baseball player known to have tested positive for the coronavirus. A person familiar with Blackmon's situation confirmed the test result to the Denver Post, first reported Blackmon's condition on Tuesday. He's a four-time All-Star. The Canadian government says Major League Baseball has now submitted a plan to play in Toronto, and health authorities are examining it. A spokesperson for the Public Health Agency of Canada confirmed it is examining the restart plan. And Brooks Koepka chose to withdraw from the Travelers Championship because his caddy has tested positive for the virus. The four-time major champion feels even worse for his younger brother. Chase Koepka is trying to make it on the Challenge Tour in Europe, just like his brother once did. He made it through a Monday qualifier for a PGA Tour event, and both withdrew out of caution from being in close contact with someone who's tested positive. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, good morning, honey. What you doing?
Oh, it's this darn coffee maker. It's on the fritz again. You know I can't start my day without a cup of coffee.
Hey, don't worry. I've got just what you need.
Really? What is it?
It's the new coffee-flavored bubble gum from the Blowzuka Gum Company, and it's loaded with caffeine. Here, try a piece.
This is great. And it tastes like coffee. What's it called?
It's called Blow Java.
Blow Java. There's so much flavor. It's like an explosion in my mouth.
You bet. There's nothing like a Blow Java first thing in the morning.
It's the coffee-flavored gum. Blow Java. Blow Java. Open wide, stick out your tongue.
Blow Java. Blow Java. You can chew, but please don't bite. And if you swallow, it's all right. Blow Java.
Blow Java, the coffee-flavored bubblegum. Also available in mocha, cappuccino, and our most popular flavor, Latte.
Honey, I just love Blow Java.
I can tell. Look at the size of that wad in your mouth.
Hey, look, I'm blowing a bubble. Look, I've got gum all over my face.
Wait, let me take a picture.
There's caffeine in every bite.
Blow Java. Blow Java. Chew a wad, but not in haste. Sorry about that salty taste. Blow
Hello, you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Hi, folks. This is Billy Mazing with my amazing made-for-TV products brought exclusively to Bob and Tom Show listeners. I am excited, folks, because we just got in another shipment of 2 of the hottest Billy Mazing products ever to be offered to you. We have, now listen to this, we have 1,000 clapper stoplight changers ready to ship at only $29.95. That's right. Why wait at that red stoplight when you can clap it to green just like that? It's just that easy. And we're unloading off the trucks right now the triple threat combo, the Slinky Dildo iPod holder. It's back at only $39.95. That's 2 easy payments of $25.95 each. Pick up the phone and call today. Now, ladies, just listen to this. Having no fun in the kitchen with the same old boring KitchenAid devices? Why not order today our new Chattermatic for only $24.95. This wind-up chattering teeth vegetable chopper and dicer puts the fun back in cooking. And if you're fighting for space in the kitchen and the laundry room at the same time, well, the double whammy Aunt Jemammy combo waffle and clothes iron is just for you. This has been Billy Mazing. Well, we've got to take your orders now, but we'll be back later in the show to offer you more Billy Mazing products made for TV just for Bob and Tom listeners, including our featured item of the day. So keep those credit cards out, folks. I'm Billy Mazing.
Well, there you go, the amazing Billy Amazing. Okay.
I love that. Now, we have Lord Corrett with us in the studio. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Well, good. You're, let's see, last time we checked, you were a single man?
Yeah.
Still single, I gather?
Still single.
Are you officially divorced? Did that go?
I am annulled, which is like it never happened.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. The
Really?
judge said in 30 years he'd never done an annulment. He said, but if you kids want one, I'll give you one. So,
How about that?
yeah, we went for it. Because as you know,
Did you go there
So
together?
an annulment means you get to keep your stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but as you know, my most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the...
47 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Friend of the show, Bert Kreischer, Indy, tomorrow night, 2 shows at the Tibbs Drive-In. I think they're sold out.
Birdie boy.
I believe they are.
Time to get in the trunk of a car and sneak in. That's what I say. Sorry. Christy Lee has an update on the forecast.
Good drive-in weather. Q95, Fox 59 weather, sunshine 82. Partly cloudy tomorrow with just a slight chance of a thunderstorm. And a high of 88, 65 currently.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Oregon, thank you very much. Could we get a little guitar? Thank you very much. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Got a question for you.
Okay.
But first, who is in the room? I want to be in the room where it happens. That's the room we're in. It's happening on the 25th of June, 2020. That's a reference, of course, to the play Hamilton, which is going to be on TV coming up.
Yeah.
Soon.
July 3rd.
July 3rd.
I haven't heard of it.
It's July 3rd.
It's actually, they filmed the stage play with the original cast.
Yes.
Oh, exactly what I hope they do.
Should be amazing, and that's...
Instead of
I'll look it up.
making a
You
movie
look it up for
out
me,
of it.
Christy.
I think it's July 3rd.
I think it's July 3rd.
There's a great song in there, I Want to Be in the Room Where It Happens, and that's currently also a reference now to a book title. But the point of the exercise here is that we're in the big room where it's happening right now on this, the 25th of June, 2020. Happy to be here, glad to be here. I hope you're where you need to be right now. In this room, it's Ace, Chick, Josh, and yours truly. Chick sitting, of course, at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Josh has his posterior firmly planted in the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair.
That's right.
It's an endowed chair.
Indeed.
It's endowed with a lot of steel.
Yeah.
Structural components.
That's right.
And,
That's 6.
Rebar.
That's 7, I think, Chick.
6 or 7. I think that's amazing.
Yes, Hamilton will be on Disney Plus July 3rd, starting on July 3rd streaming. So
okay.
It's about George.
Yes, it's, of course, the George Hamilton story.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole
fascinating
thing.
all
I hear
about
the-
tanning. Thank you.
I hear the love at first bite era is sort of...
He has the famous singing mole.
Oh, yeah,
on his
yeah.
upper lip. Very attractive.
I didn't know George Hamilton had that.
I didn't either.
He does. Yeah.
Let's see. There's Pat Godwin in the next building. We got him piped in via something. And then Willie Griswold is behind the glass in the greenhouse.
Hey.
No one answered my question. Can marijuana sponsor...
I don't believe so.
Could we get like a marijuana sponsorship for that? Could it
I
be
heard
the-
an ad down the hallway for a CBD thing.
Yeah, you can do CBD because there's no THC in CBD.
It sounds like a song.
GHC and CBD.
Hey, okay.
Sounds like a song. Sounds like a song from the Jacksons in the late
CBD.
60s.
Ain't nothing but CBD.
I think we did that, actually.
I'm in an SUV.
I'm getting a DUI.
It's writing itself.
There we go. Pretty fun.
Go write this on the air. Right?
So what was the pizza paddle called?
Did you get that? So the question was,
Back to it.
Willie. No, we promised people we'd tell them this, and I looked it up. Explain what the question was and why you asked it.
It's just, what is that pizza grabber thing called? Because someone threw a pizza at someone, they got injured, they had to call the cops. So it must be a pretty significant injury. How do you throw a pizza that fast? I think they're using one of those fancy pizza grabbers.
Yeah, you go to one of those pizza places where they have that wooden stove thingy.
It's like a
large
pizza
shovel type
And the
thing.
guy reaches in with a
Josh.
6-foot thing. It's obviously good for one thing in the world, which is grabbing pizzas. We thought it might be, what did we say, a pizza poker? Or a
Pizza paddle was
Pizza paddle. Thank you.
that's
They
Ann.
tried to do it without it, but there were too many burn ward visits.
And you could actually you could go to the previous story where we had the blues band playing on boats off the shore in Italy. You could take one of these giant pizza paddles and you could row a boat with it.
Oh, yeah.
Not the most efficient paddle and kind of goofy looking, but
it's a strange.
these things are called peels.
Yeah.
P-E-E-L.
Huh.
It's the shovel-like tool used by bakers to slide loaves of bread, pizzas, and pastries
Gonna
into
come
an
up
oven.
in a crossword puzzle.
Yeah, for sure. A peel. You know.
Also good for spanking.
Ouch.
Oh boy, yeah, that'll get the job done.
Might be, it might be too big. It would be like spanking with an oar.
It'd be hard to
Spanking a very big butt.
Oh, we like that big butt.
That's why we're butt buddies.
That's right.
You and I looking at butts, being buddies.
Loving butts.
You understand that when you say you're butt buddies, people are misinterpreting that.
I don't know how they could do that. I don't
see
know
how
how
the lady is involved.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You guys got to get more merch. Butt Buddies merch.
Yep.
Are you a butt buddy?
We're tight.
T-shirts?
We are tight butt buddies.
Are you a butt buddy?
Sometimes we like to relax, get loose.
That's right. Every now and then.
Loose
After
butt
a while, the more we relax, the looser we get.
Sometimes I'm the loose butt buddy, and sometimes you're the.
Oh, the 4th of July coming. Maybe you could do a glory hole butt buddy T-shirt. Have kind of a.
I feel like you're making this sort of
flag-like
dirty
thing.
or something. Mockery.
That seems
I don't know what
crass.
glory hole means either.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Butt buddies for life.
Ride or die with my butt buddy.
So I'm sorry. So this all started with a case in which a woman, was it in Florida?
Yes, they had an all-night argument, and the guy wanted to make a pizza.
And she threw a pizza at him, burned his hand.
Yeah, so he filed charges.
Okay. I heard about a guy that got a concussion when his wife hit him with a pancake.
Really?
Well, it was still in the skillet at the time.
Oh boy, yeah, that's.
That hurts.
I've never. Well, that's not true.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Never thrown anything?
I threw a coffee table once.
A coffee table?
Remember that? Through the coffee table.
What are you, Andre the Giant?
No.
It wasn't a very strong. It was a cheap coffee table.
Yeah, it speaks
Espresso table.
The furniture we used to buy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the
Was this
First husband.
without naming any names?
it was the first one.
The first husband or the first boyfriend?
First husband.
Did you
I've
hit-
never thrown anything else since. Oh, that's not true. I threw somebody's clothes out onto the lawn once.
Really?
Did you burn them?
That's a classic.
I didn't burn them. I just threw them.
Oh, you got to burn them.
No.
What were you in? How Stella got her groove back? Why'd you do that?
That was a different guy. That was just dating this one. that I threw
So
his
the
clothes
guy
out.
that you were married to the guy you threw the table in?
Yeah.
Was it?
You know him.
We'll never.
We don't need to name
No, I don't
names.
know that one.
Yeah, you do. He worked here, for God's sake.
Nope, never met him.
What?
Oh, Bob, that was when you guys.
If
were
I did, he was.
Remember when she and Bob were married? You remember that?
But you know what's funny about that?
You can't
It
tell me
was-
you don't remember that.
It wasn't.
It was a Tom?
No, I never met him.
You never did?
No, I never met him.
Huh.
He worked here before I got here.
Ah.
Yes, he did. If he did, he was so insignificant.
No, he worked here while you were here.
It was probably that.
Tom,
so
you had a
much of a
nickname
le-
for him.
Yeah.
You
You had a nickname for him.
Oh, really? Write it down. So I did know this guy? Did he use the name Tom on the
Wasn't
air?
it Squeaky Grunt?
Yeah, I used the name Tom on the air.
Well, there's clearly only room for one. That's right. No wonder he was banished. So you threw a table at him. Did you pick it up by two legs and kind of wing it?
It was
or-
just a small coffee table, and I just kind of.
Did it hit him?
No.
Had he been sampling other wares?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hey, then you know what? I'm on your side.
Now
Thank
suddenly
you.
she's not taking questions.
I wish it would have hit him.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah.
I flipped the table when I'm losing at Monopoly, so I think you're fine.
Oh boy, yeah. Those railroads get you every time, don't they?
That's
in jail too long
That's a
over here.
baller move, man.
Flip a table?
If I can't win, no one can.
Yeah.
Boardwalk, my ass. Yeah.
So we've learned something in today's show.
Have you thrown anything?
No.
No. Josh?
No,
Sadly, wait a minute. That's not true. I threw a checkbook and she caught it.
I've never thrown anything, but I put a hole in the wall one
Did
time.
you once? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that used to be my move.
A lovely apartment, yeah.
We've learned the word peel.
Yes, we
I
have.
love it.
I guarantee you that'll be in a crossword puzzle within the next.
Can't believe I haven't
2
seen it
weeks.
in one already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there we go. Coming up, we have a really, really interesting story about Lord of the Rings. That I'll give you a hint. They're casting, and wait till you hear what they're looking for. You'll be quite surprised. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and
This is one of my favorite tunes, by the way.
Tom's going to do one of his big hits.
Oh, yeah. It is, actually. It's
a huge hit.
One of the better ones. Yeah, all set over there, Tom?
I beg your pardon? Who are you speaking to?
Oh.
It's that strange European accent that
Yes,
you can't
indeed.
quite place.
Yes, hello.
I'm sorry, your name, sir?
Bonjour.
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 Good morning, Mr. Bonjour.
Oh, that's very funny.
Oh, yeah, we said.
You must be the chick, the funny one. Yes. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, we didn't catch your name.
I haven't thought of one yet.
I see.
It's Peter Merritt, isn't it? Or
I think it is Peter Merritt.
Peter Merritt.
something
Yes.
like that?
Yes. That would be very funny.
He's the crappy artist, isn't he?
Dick Merritt? Yeah.
Ricardo Merritt. Yes.
Ricardo Merritt.
Excuse me, darling. I hate to interrupt you, but there's something I must tell you. I will sing for you now. In a minute.
Let it come around.
I will sing after the band comes around.
It's the band's fault.
If you find yourself in Holland, they'll say to you, how yaman. In France, they'll say, fermez la gueule. In Athens, you'll hear scarmont. In Berlin, it's Helden Sie die Schnauzer! In Jakarta, it's simply bon com. Let me translate for you, darling. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Coming around again.
Has there ever been a topic on which you don't expound? Has there ever been a moment when your mouth wasn't making a sound? Have you ever had the feeling that you might have said enough? I am begging you, my darling, shut up, shut up, shut up. Day or night, it does not matter. You still want to shoot the breeze. When I hear your constant chatter, I'm thinking, someone shoot me, please! Maestro! Now we are in the bedroom, so comfortably inclined. But the only intercourse we're having is the conversational kind. There's just one way to stop you from blabbering so much. Say hello to Mr. Johnson and shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Bravo.
Fermez la douche.
Yes.
Bonjour.
Laird Chevalier.
Laird Chevalier.
Maurice Chevalieris. Thank you. Maurice Chevalieris is the name of that character.
Yeah, Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go. You can't play Hendrix on a banjo. Mama walked the floor and laid another brick in the wall. Our heroes were Roy Acuff and Abby Hoffman. We grew up outside of Woodstock, Tennessee, listening to Farron Young and a side of Inagata DeVita. Mama made a well-rounded outcast out of me. Born and raised on acid country, eating cold ham hocks and a handful of Placidil. Yeah, Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go playing Alice Cooper on a dobro, wearing leather hip huggers, working in the cotton mill. Everybody, and if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. And son, you're walking on the fighting side of me. Yeah, excuse me while I kiss the sky. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And Chet Atkins playing the guitar on the MTV. Born and raised on acid country, making Smoke on Water sound a lot like Uncle Pen. That's a bluegrass song. Yeah, and Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go. You can't mix Deep Purple and Bill Monroe. Roll, 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 hit it. And sunshine of your love while yodeling. Oh, oh, yodel lady, lady, lady.
Well, there goes my weekend. 901 at Q95. It's Bob and Tom Show.
Nothing. Josh just wants to borrow a 6-foot ladder and a 4-foot rope.
Oh, man.
I don't know why you're mad at me. I didn't do anything.
You're the messenger.
You know something?
I know a lot of stuff.
Ace and I have something in common.
We ski. What?
We ski, of course. Not right now, though. We also have a great friend in Dr. Lanter from Lanter Eye Care. He did Chick McGee's eyes. You got the LASIK surgery.
I got the distance vision correction.
You did it a long time ago.
I did.
Just a few years back, Dr. Lanter helped me out. So I no longer have to wear glasses when I drive. Don't have to wear glasses at night. I can wear off-the-rack shades. I can read. Willie, give me a number between 1 and 10.
3.
With his experience, Dr. Lanter will figure out exactly what you need and get your vision back on track. He definitely helped me, and he can help you too. Notice, no glasses. Thank you very much. Because I have lenses inside my eyes, multifocal lenses installed by Dr. Lanter. Find out more by going to Dr. Lanter's Facebook page, Lanter. Everybody breathe. Remember. Exhale longer than when you go in. You know that, right?
In through your nose, out through your mouth.
Been practicing, yeah.
847.
Oh, wow. Sometimes the most nuanced statements are the most profound on this show. Where are we? It's the Bob and Tom Show. We are in the big room. Ace, Chick, Josh. This is Tom. Through the glass, Christy Lee. That's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Willie's in the greenhouse trying to get that sponsored by a... what is it?
We have to do a CBD company, I guess.
CBD? Okay.
I could just get a regular drug dealer to sponsor the room.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Damn,
Sam on the corner. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad name.
Craig's Weed from a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, there you go. Craig.
Yeah, from the Toyota Corolla. Buy it in the back. I check local listings. Okay, there's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
We got to get a song out of you again, Pat.
I was waiting a couple times. I was ready there.
I know you got one, but first...
he was ready.
Got to read this letter.
Okay.
What was your monkey story, Christy? Where was that? Thailand?
In Thailand, they're sterilizing monkeys because they become aggressive towards people.
Yeah, there's some huge tourist place where the monkeys and people think it's funny and they get their pictures taken.
Right. So 2,000 of the monkeys apparently have gotten A, aggressive, and B, hungry because they don't have the tourists to feed them. So they're going to sterilize them.
And I was saying how much I hate monkeys because they bite.
Right.
Scary. And Josh, you pointed out that monkeys are a mistake from God.
Oh, well, they're just unfinished people.
Unfinished people, okay. This comes to us from David. He writes, my daughter was about 4 years old. I took our kids to the zoo. My daughter was feeding the monkeys. One grabbed the cookie and threw it over his shoulder and bit her on the finger.
Good Lord.
Holy moly.
The zoo personnel were present, and my wife and the kids were taken to the office. Everything was fine. She had to wear a Band-Aid for a few days. She's now in her late 20s. She's also a mother, and yet she is still referred to by the entire family as monkey bait.
Hey, monkey monkey bait.
That's cute.
You know, if
That
a
is
monkey bites
cute.
you at the zoo, you got to take it home for free. That's the policy.
Oh,
really?
wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
Take home the monkey. Okay. Don't let the kids hear that. Monkey bait. What a great nickname.
That is a good nickname.
He ends the letter by going, a friend of ours who hadn't seen her in 15 years walked up to her and said, hey, monkey bait. So you get, wow.
Oh, that poor girl. She was having such a fun time feeding a monkey, and then...
Monkeys scare me.
Yeah.
Not me.
Monkeys bite, man.
Yeah. And the chimpanzee's even more scary.
Oh, boy.
After that one bit off that lady's face.
Yeah, that's creepy.
That's
but
rough, yeah.
It bit off her face.
Okay, very scary. I'm sorry, Christy, what have you got over there?
Speaking of faces, a New Zealand talent agency has sounded the call for what they term funny-looking people to appear in Amazon's new Lord of the Rings TV series.
And if I could interrupt, this has got to be a really delicate thing to do because...
You're not funny looking enough.
Yeah, they got to be careful how they word it.
A Facebook post lists, this is what they're looking for, facial burns, long skinny limbs,
Yikes.
acne scars, deep cheekbones, facial lines, missing bones, large eyes, bulbous or interesting noses, skinny faces are also listed as desirable features.
Okay.
Because they can't say ugly freaks.
Yeah.
Remember they did this earlier and they asked for very tall and very short people? Remember that ad?
It's getting to the point where that's probably going to be... I mean, there's certain words you can't use for someone who's very short now, which I get it. I understand it.
You mean midgets?
I tried. Tried my best.
I didn't know what he was
Is there a
Isn't that what
similar
you're
word?
talking about, though?
Is there a similar word for those that are extraordinarily tall? I don't know.
Giant?
Giant has been. That's a medical term.
How about a
Big
freak?
tall freaks.
Freaks. Big
You're not
tall
helping,
freaks.
Willie.
Lurches.
I've from my experience, when
Bruised
I've been like
heads.
acting and stuff, writers will
Frank
write
and
the
Dumb.
most brutal character. Like he is an ugly fat loser. He has sores coming out. They can get really brutal writers.
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
But when it comes to casting, can you put that out there and not be?
Yes, you can put obese, you can put overweight.
Well, you have to. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Get what you want, right?
Right.
Not everybody fits every part.
So what are they looking for Lord of the Rings again?
Orcs, essentially. They're looking for people who look like orcs.
What's an orc?
Those monstery looking
they're
bad
looking
guys.
for a bunch of big freaky weirdos.
Yeah, Harry Potter fight. When he's a wizard and Lord of the Rings.
Wrong movie.
Why do they always shoot Lord of the Rings in New Zealand?
Because it's beautiful there.
Tax break.
Peter Jackson's from?
Isn't the guy that
Is this the
Peter
same
Jackson
guy? Is this Peter Jackson doing this project?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe they have all the sets and props and everything. Who knows? But
And it's coronavirus free.
that's true.
makes
Good
sense.
point. And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're looking for, what do they say?
Facial burns, long skinny limbs, acne scars, deep cheekbones, facial lines, missing bones, large eyes, bulbous or interesting noses, skinny faces.
I guess you already asked the question. If someone comes in, you go, I'm sorry, you're not ugly enough, sir?
Yeah, you could. Or you just go, okay, thanks. Next. Ah, you're hired.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
How does that make you feel when somebody says you're not ugly enough?
Probably pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
You didn't get
Well,
the
you're
part.
sort of semi-hideous, but...
Sure, you're hideous.
You know,
but-
yeah.
No.
You're ugly, but you're not ugly enough to get paid for it.
I tried out for a national ad one time for television, and I got to there were three of us. They were choosing between three people, and I remember the casting director looked at me and said, "You're just a little too cute. We need somebody a little more homely."
Gotcha. Wow. Yeah.
But I thought, does that mean I'm homely?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think it did. I wasn't homely enough.
Hideous.
I see. Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
more homely.
Right.
I was in a Bachelor parody show, and I had a director tell me that they cast me because I was the only person that wasn't good looking or interesting enough to be a real Bachelor.
There you go.
Wow.
Great way to be a lead, though. Nice and fun.
Yeah.
That's just mean.
Oh, look who's talking. You've been mean all day.
Yeah, you'd make a great casting director.
You called me portly earlier.
Yes.
I think you did.
Portly is a kind
Yes.
way to say a man of a certain size.
Thank you.
I call Josh corpulent.
That sounds worse than fat.
That's way worse.
Corpulent sounds like he's dead and fat.
It kind of does. A fat corpse.
Corpulent.
There he is. All
I look like I've been
corpulent.
floating in a river for 4 days.
You're a floater. On a pizza box.
Jesus.
Man.
A raft made of pizza buns.
I know that's 8 or 9. I know it.
We're up to 9, chick.
Oh, boy.
Next one's free.
Is it? Not for you.
Pat.
Yes,
I
sir.
know. I just walked down the hallway during the break, another building, and I heard you strumming on something.
I've been strumming all morning, yeah.
Now
He's had a hell of a show in there.
I'm killing it here.
Now, we had this news story about our friends at Kellogg's. I'm a big fan, by the way.
Of cereal.
Oh, love cereal. And I have always been a cereal mixer. We've talked about this many times.
Yep.
My current mix is grape nuts and shredded wheat.
What are you, paper macheing?
In fact, last night, one of my little girls, in lieu of the delicious dinner that Kelly made, wasn't that good last night, Willie?
Really
What was
good.
it? I need a new recipe.
It was like pasta shells with ground turkey, broccolini, and roasted red peppers.
It was really
yum.
good.
Really
Yeah,
yummy.
but Little Heart, my 4-year-old daughter, would not eat any.
Oh,
So we made her some cereal. She had what she calls daddy cereal,
okay.
which is, I'm surprised. You'd think that they'd want the sweet stuff. But so Kellogg's is coming up with Fruit Loops already mixed with
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes, and it's called
Mashups.
Okay,
They're called
mashups.
mashups. I don't know if they have an
It's a great
actual
idea,
name
mixing
for it.
them for people. But you got a song about this?
I do. A little tribute to the Turtles, and you feel free to ooh and ah on the second verse if you'd like.
Okay.
So we'll know how to do this.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Imagine flakes and loops and mini wheats all swimming in a bowl of milk with crispy treats, but it ends up tasting just like crap and stinky feet when you mix them together.
I object to this.
Nuts and flakes, marshmallow elves taste great, but when you mix it with the whole damn shelf, the cereals just lose their charm and sense of self. Taste crappy together. When you eat them, put them in separate bowls. Keep them apart. No one wants grape nuts in their shredded wheat because you'll barf. And then it ends right there.
Then that's it.
Just
Yeah,
no reason to
it
go
ends
any
right
further.
there.
It just
All right.
ends right there.
I like that.
Boom.
We talk about little kids and their distaste for certain foods. Someone sent me this. It's from a tweet by That Mom. Have you heard of her?
I have not.
I'm not sure who this is, but this is very funny. She wrote, my 3-year-old who doesn't notice her pants are inside out or what shoes are on the wrong foot can spot a diced onion in her food from 3 feet away.
Yeah, my son too.
That defines.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
I used to be the exact same way.
Me too.
I scraped the onions off and he found one.
I used
Now,
to
do
do
you
that.
do you do this with your son? Do you do the thing if you're not going to eat what we have for dinner, you can have cereal?
No.
Of course not.
Do not do that.
You should
We go to
start.
Red Lobster.
I still can't get it. When you go to Red Lobster, your son gets lobster.
Yeah.
And you're
Gets
wondering why you've got a guitar in hock.
No, no, they're all out. And king crab and the mussels. Yeah, he goes.
Oh.
Lord. Wow. We don't
Okay.
go all the time. but
Holy smokes.
I tell him the store. The Red Lobster's closed.
What do you get? Just a Diet Coke?
I get water and dust.
Okay, well, now, when we come back, we'll find out what's going to happen because I don't know. I'm not sure. We're working on doing something very much fun.
What's going on?
I don't know, man, but it's going to be very much fun.
We're working on something that will be very much
tell you
fun.
that.
I just don't want. I don't want to plug it if it's not going to happen.
Okay.
So it's
But
gonna,
if it happens, it'll be very,
much fun.
He thought we were his 4-year-old for a second.
Yeah. That's why he's using the. Yes.
Oh, my
You
gosh.
cannot make fun of grammar for at least the rest of the
Yeah,
month.
you're done. You're,
Moly.
Well, I've got 2 things happening right now.
What?
Trying to see Dean through the glass, signaling
Yes.
me, but I can't because of the light.
And you're prairie dogging?
And B, I am prairie dog. Thank
Great
you.
execution.
Poking his head right out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy.
Why
Come
am I still talking?
on.
Sorry, you asked. We're coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Apple Diap of the Black Eyed Peas says the new album translation is straight from the heart. It's a mix of lyrics in Spanish and English and features guest musicians like Shakira. According to Taboo, they want to celebrate the Latino influence on their music. will.i.am says the coronavirus lockdown gave them time to fine-tune. He says they're grateful for people responding to it despite the pandemic with things like TikTok dance videos. Translation for you Black Eyed Peas fans is out now. Usually when a human comes in contact with a shark's mouth in the waters off a beach, it's no laughing matter. But a swimmer had such an encounter over the weekend in the waters off Cape Henlope State Park in Lewis, Delaware. He was caught on camera prying a shark's mouth open with his hands. It wasn't to get himself free, but to free the shark from a fishing hook someone else had cast. It isn't unusual for two parties to go to court to fight it out over kids, but the kids in this case are baby goats. A Florida woman suing a neighbor to find out who fathered her goats. Chris Hedstrom has sued neighbor Heather Daner, seeking DNA tests for 5 Nigerian dwarf goats she bought from her in December. Her suit claims she was able to register the dad with the American Dairy Goat Association, but the 4 kids couldn't be. According to the Tampa Bay Times, Hedstrom wants the DNA information so she can register the kids, but the seller has offered her neighbor a refund in exchange for the baby goats. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My dad just sees you as a fat masturbator. That's all he wanted him.
Exactly.
And he's not the only, because of him. If somebody recognized me, they usually go, how come you're not somewhere eating and jerking it? I don't know.
Yeah, he has jerk chicken for lunch because it's got his 2 favorite things.
Oh, my
That's 4.
gosh, that was very funny and very mean.
Coming back with a real world
You guys
record.
are coming back.
Oh, wait a second. Are we going to get the famous headphone throwdown?
There we go.
That's the Zubok.
He's out.
The Zubok.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
You should have seen me last night when I fell down laughing and I stumbled down a flight of metal stairs. I went crashing through the window at the VFW hall, tumbled over a pile of metal chairs. Then I cussed out my girlfriend, tried to feel up her mom. I wrecked my car, I think I bruised my spine. Oh, you ought to go with me when I go out drinking. Always have myself a real good time. I got drunk and stole this boat out of Edgewater Yacht Club, doing 90 miles an hour up to the bay. I sank her out by Buckeye Point and walked on into town. Tore up someone's flowers on my way. Then I barged into the crow's nest and I threw up on the rug. I slapped that hostess on her big behind. Oh, you ought to go with me when I go out drinking. Always have myself a real good time. I talk dirty to the waitress and I never ever leave her no tip. I leave her all my roaches in the guacamole dip. Oh, you ought to go with me when I go out drinking. Always have myself a real good time. So I'm going out tonight and I'm gonna tie on a good one. Does anybody here want to go out drinking with me? Yeah! Well, I'll take you to this biker bar where we can kick some ass. And a gay bar. We'll get our drinks for free. We'll do shooters of tequila and a case of beer apiece. We'll wash it down with a gallon of cheap island wine. Oh, you ought to go with me when I go out drinking. Always have myself a real good time. I like to shout out loud and moon the crowd when I'm dancing on the bar. Then go out in the parking lot and piss on all the cars. I go out drinking. Always have myself a real good time. Oh, give me that wine. Always have myself a real good time. I'm feeling very fine. Always have myself a
Yeah. Song to the bottle.
Bravo.
And it just keeps getting weirder. 9:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
That's his foot. I told you I had a surprise
Oh, my
for you.
gosh.
It's going to be super cool. Christy, the 5-second forecast.
Sunshine, high 82, thanks to the CarX man. Currently, we have 68 degrees.
Nope, we're calling a CarX man.
That's right.
Yeah. well. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I think my surprise may be working. Very excited about this.
That's a surprise.
That's a surprise. What's wrong?
He's scheduled on the board.
Yeah.
No surprise.
It's not a surprise.
It was scheduled for an hour ago.
I know, but we heard about him. Dean came in and said, we're working on him for now.
The rest of the audience, think they heard that? Think the radio listeners were...
No one likes you.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I consider the location a surprise.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
The whole thing's a surprise. Let me. Okay, first off, in the big room, it's Chick, Josh. I'm Tom. That's Ace. Chick, of course, at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. Christy is at the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Hi, everybody.
My son Willie is through the glass there. Willie, stand-up comedian based in Chicago. There's Pat Godwin, another great song from Pat. And are you driving a car, Al?
I am not. I am moving my family into a house today, so we have no Wi-Fi. So I am in front of a McDonald's stealing their signal. Does McDonald's ever not come through, Tom? That's what I'm asking you. Look at this wonderful McDonald's.
All right.
I'll do anything for you guys.
Now, but you're not driving the car, is that correct?
It's parked, yeah.
It's parked,
No,
okay.
can't you see it's parked, you lunatic?
He would be in the dining room.
He's heading straight for the dining room. Okay, are you still there, Al?
I'm here. It's a great morning. I'm actually teasing myself because I haven't had fast food. When was the last time you guys had some? I haven't had fast food in 3.5 months, and that streak's about to end. I feel like a guy coming out of jail and his girlfriend's waiting for him.
Yeah, we get McDonald's breakfast a lot here. Now, Al, so you're in Los Angeles, an entire day of moving stuff?
Yes, an entire day, and I was like, I was in that mode where do you guys still have this where you forget that you're in your 40s and like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna move my family and I'll just do it myself. And after about 6 car trips, I went on TaskRabbit and I have a strange man coming with a truck, so we're gonna do it all today.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I just yesterday we had a news story about a woman whose husband had died years ago, and they donated his kidney to someone, and then that kidney failed after 18 years?
Yeah.
So she donated hers, and I said, well, if nothing else, the guy that got both those kidneys has to help her move for life.
Right.
Yeah.
But once you're over 30, the rule is no more moving. Hire out. That's what I say.
No more moving. I think that's going to be a wrap on that. I just kind of still think that I'm in college from time to time.
Yes.
Because I called a couple friends and asked them for help, and they were just like, "No,
Yeah,
I won't be helping. Are you serious? I have 4 kids."
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what will you be calling this place? Will it be a house, a home, a pad? Is it?
This is going to be the cribbo. Not even just the crib, Tom. This is the cribbo with an O at the end.
All right.
See, I'm learning something already. What does cribbo mean exactly?
It's slang for crib. But crib is MTV had a show called Cribs in the early 2000s.
Sure.
So you gotta update it a little bit. So let's go with cribbo. I think I'm down with that.
Yes.
Al, can you turn the phone around
so we can see?
your
Yeah, I'm with
face
Chick.
instead of McDonald's?
Very weird.
Thank
Al.
you, Chick.
Is this being broadcast on the YouTube as we speak?
Yes.
There's Al. Very handsome.
Lunatic.
I didn't mind watching people eat McDonald's.
And that's your ear. Can you get your face in the shot?
Now, Al, I could be on that show, Cribs, because at my house, my little girl Hart sleeps in a crib. So
cute,
but she does for real.
No, I know. I just meant the joke was a cute joke.
It's really something. Yeah,
the joke. No, it's true. I could not get away with referring to my place as my crib.
You can insult him; he doesn't hear you.
Just try it. Just say it right now. Just say that I'll be at the cribbo in 10.
The cribbo in 10.
Hey Kelly, listen. As soon as I get off the air, I've got to record some stuff. Then I'll be at the cribbo.
Please say it. Yes, just say it to her today.
Really?
She might really like it.
I doubt
it. Although Al is one of my only friends that she likes.
I love her. She's awesome.
I don't.
So Cribbo, I like that. Have you heard that before?
No, but I like the spin that Al put on it.
Now, Willie, what do you call your apartment in Chicago?
Just the apartment. Gonna go to my place. Yeah, I don't.
Pad, yeah. Do you ever call it pad?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you call your bed?
I just call it.
Dream
I call it my
Center?
bed. I just call it.
Am I the only one that thinks that Willie looks like a mean community theater director?
Yeah, he kind of does.
Oh, yeah.
You have ruined
Yelling
the
at the
Pirates of
locals.
Penzance.
Playing all kinds of mean head games. Yeah.
Al, you have to send me an ascot, and then I'll really look like one.
Oh, yeah.
So Al,
The
what else?
ascots are here. I'll be wearing one next week.
Okay, now are you back in Colorado next week?
No, I'm in LA for 2 weeks, just hanging out with the fam because the show's on break next week. So I'm actually here for 2 weeks, and then I'll make the 15-and-a-half-hour drive back because I'm still not comfortable flying. So I drove.
Oh,
whoa! That's a good drive.
It's a scenic drive. Yeah,
It's beautiful.
It is. I like it. I like that drive.
Driving across the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
I like that. I like Utah. And
do you get freaked out in the tunnels? When you're in the tunnels, you think, what if there's an earthquake, or is it just me?
No, I kind of like the tunnels because if I go out like that, I know I'm going to go out quick. I think the thing with driving is it's a lot of think time. And I think dudes need a lot of think time from time to time. So it kind of reminded me back when I was just 100% a road comedian. So I really didn't mind it. Now on the way back, we'll see. But, going through Utah, Zion National Park is there, so it's kind of beautiful.
It's amazing.
Did you stop at all, or drive the 15 straight?
Well, Tom, I don't do meth anymore, so I did stop. Are you serious? 15 and there's no way. Maybe young
drove
Al.
straight through for 15 hours.
I did that when I drove back from Dallas.
You drove 15 hours straight.
More or less, yeah.
Against everyone's advice.
Right.
More or less.
What
does
is
that
everybody's max drive time now at the age that you're at? I think I can go 9.
Mine used to be 6, but I'm saying it's probably 3 or 4 now.
Kidding. I can do 12.
Yeah, I can do 12 also.
Yeah, I've done 12, 13 going to the beach. Yeah.
The most I've ever done is 16.
Trying to think when we drove to Florida this winter, how far we
in one
doing
day.
16 is known as the Chris D'Elia.
Oh,
Hey, Al, you don't know this, but he is riding that horse, man. He's got the whip out. He's going at it.
Kind of an inside joke. Sorry.
No, not
anymore.
That inside.
Okay. He wishes it was an inside
Yeah.
joke.
Al, it sounds like a great time, and I'm glad everybody's doing okay. The place you're moving, the family, is there grass and a driveway and a place to skateboard? Or is there
Yes, everything you find in a standard home.
Okay.
A front door. Yeah,
What
you
do
got.
you think? They're bags of sand and Gatling guns?
Yeah, you got a mailbox, gravel.
Dirt floor.
It's L.A. I mean, it's L.A. People sometimes live on these cliffs and they're surrounded by exotic
or
plants.
beach houses or
You
whatever.
got electricity there? You pay your bill on electricity?
Yeah.
That
What
happens?
do you
use
got?
a
Birds in the
crank.
trees?
Al, I've got a suggestion for you.
Talk to me.
If you want to see if it's going to be a good day, walk into the McDonald's and see if their ice cream machine is working. And if it is, it means it's going to be a good day. Because that's a whole thing in the world of McDonald's and some of those other places is getting the ice cream machine to work. Those things are so
And
complicated.
of course, if it's not working,
it could be a rough day for you.
yeah.
But that ice cream is delicious. I'm telling you.
Am I the only froyo person on the call right now? I'm addicted to that. I think once I stopped drinking, froyo became my addiction.
I like frozen yogurt.
That's
Yeah.
my
Sure.
pleasure.
I prefer frozen custard, but I'm fat. So,
Oh my!
you know what I mean? But yeah, froyo's great
Are they going to be able to keep using that name?
Why wouldn't?
because of the fro part.
Oh.
Let the record show.
Al got real
Custard should be the name of a stripper from Alaska.
Let the record show. Ace groaned really hard when you said they're going to get rid of that.
Okay, sorry.
I have a bad joke. Could be a palate cleanser. If you guys want
good.
that one.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Yeah, after I quit drinking, I switched to ice cream. I had to go Cold Stone sober.
That was a bad joke.
I like
that.
Pretty bad. Not very good.
Thanks for the advance warning.
Man, they do make a nice product. Huh? The mix-ins.
That is.
Oh, yeah.
That is rock solid. Al, do you mix your cereals?
No. And that's another thing that's happened. Once I realized that I could have almond milk in my cereals, I could, because I hadn't had cereal in probably 20 years. And now I'm a big Cinnamon Toast Crunch fan.
Sure.
Oh, that's the
which I
best.
know is just candy, but I don't care. We all
yeah, it's
diet,
the finest
so I'm going to
cereal.
enjoy my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Kellogg's is actually releasing pre-mixed cereals now. Because we were talking about we all like to mix cereals, although because you could take the cinnamon Toast Crunch and health it up a little bit by throwing in some shredded wheat.
Maybe some grape nuts.
That's my go-to: grape nuts and shredded wheat.
Joyless.
Of course it is, Tom.
Oh no, but there's a certain joy in expelling.
I see.
Tom.
It's sort of a wheat-based slider, if you will.
I bet
Is that why you garnish your cereal with Metamucil?
Yeah.
I bet it's a bale of poop.
Okay.
Do you put Metamucil on your cereal?
No.
I bet you do.
No,
You mix it in your water, right, and drink it? Is that what you do?
No, Metamucil immediately gums up. It turns into a
Gel. It does.
into a gel very quickly. Are you in the Metamucil train, Al?
I am not. And I've always, just as you were talking, for anybody that may be listening or anybody in the studio, how quickly does Metamucil work? I've always wondered, how quickly does that work?
It's kind of like if you take medication for depression. In many cases, it takes a couple weeks before it kicks in. But once you get on the Metamucil train, you become
Quite regular.
It is kind of a life changer. Yeah.
Just like clockwork, huh?
It really does. It's effective.
If you do crosswords on the toilet, you're not going to be able to finish them. That's the most definitive thing that I can say about it.
Okay.
Al, are you in a rental car?
I am in a rental. Rented a nice little Nissan Altima, I guess. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I was driving a truck for a while, and then I got I have the kind of sports car-ish, muscle car. So I kind of like, this is just like really slick and chill, because I'm used to driving my Challenger.
You're
This is kind of
nice sedan.
interesting.
You're parked outside of McDonald's. They have a play place, a McPlay place.
They don't. This is not a play place one. This is one of those that's attached to a gas station.
Oh, okay.
So there's just so much stuff going on. It's like
So the cops probably haven't been called yet.
circus and a rap concert. There's a lot of things happening.
Gotcha.
Al didn't hear that.
That's
Thank,
okay.
Thank God. Okay.
Al, Josh mused that perhaps McDonald's was calling the police because you're sitting in their parking lot.
Perhaps. I would say I've got about 3 more minutes left on the call.
What's the heaviest thing you've got to move?
They're just the boys' bunk beds. It's just like getting out of a bad relationship. You know it's there, and you know it has to happen.
You have to unscrew it, right? You got to take it apart.
Well, we've already taken it apart, but just the wood itself is so heavy. And you can take that however you want to, lady.
Heavy wood, baby.
Okay. Now, Al, to get back to something I asked Willie, since you refer to your residence as a cribbo, do you have a nickname back in Colorado? Do you have a nickname for your bed? Is it like the killing block? Or,
Right.
Wow.
No?
The boneyard.
The old boneyard.
Baby maker.
The initiator.
Oh.
All right.
You have to pass that to get into the FBI.
All right.
Christy, do you have a nickname for your bed?
No.
How many pillows are on it? Right now.
now.
Did you make your bed before you left this morning?
I didn't, but someone else did. He always does.
Very nice.
Well, sit, stay. Good boy.
Your daughter.
No.
Thank you, Ace. How many pillows are on
1, 2,
it?
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, Ace, I can
Wait.
tell you for sure her daughter doesn't make the bed.
7. Yeah. My kids do not make
Christy,
the
do you
bed.
have those weird Tootsie Roll pillows on your bed?
I do not now, but I
hate those.
have in the past. I have 7 pillows on my bed right now.
They're not good for anything. Like, what is the point? You immediately throw them on the floor if you're in a hotel.
Yeah.
They're good for
You
reading.
can't lay on them. You can't lay your head on them. You can't use your back. I don't get them.
They're called a neck roll. I
Yeah, they go
believe.
behind the neck
Yeah.
for reading.
Well, in hotels, Josh likes to take 2 of them, and then he calls them Shirley.
That's right.
You're humping the.
Yeah.
Shirley with the cylindrical boobs.
How many pillows are on your bed, Smarty Pants?
My bed, 7.
See? 7. That's pretty
I
standard.
got one of those
think.
long. I finally got one of those long pillows.
Oh, the body pillow?
Yes, there's one of those, but it's covered in burlap, and as soon as
Those
it's
are
bedtime,
for pregnant women.
that goes on the on the couch.
And single women.
Hug those.
Yeah.
Well, Al, have fun moving today. We appreciate your taking the time and trouble to call.
Yeah, good seeing you, man.
Guys, I love you to death. Tom, I got a great quiz for you ready to go next week.
Okay, good. And Al,
Go get you an
with
English
all of your
muffin.
talents, I just want to tell you one thing: being a cameraman is not among them.
Yeah,
I
We're
have to
currently
put the
looking at
phone
a
up to my ear
seatbelt
to
holder.
hear, so then you just get
Roger
ear,
Deakins, you
side
ain't.
cheek, or you can look at the sky. Hold on.
There you go.
There you go. Now we can see your pretty face.
Now we can see you.
Look how handsome.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he is a weirdo, yeah.
He's
That
got
looks like Sadiq.
Whoa. Tuck your shirt in,
It
you
looks like
slob.
a To Catch a Predator sting.
untucked shirt and a sweater. Yes, he's going to expose himself.
He's getting a Happy Meal before he drives 60 miles.
Guys.
Oh my God, no.
Okay,
No.
thanks, Al.
Bye, Al.
Love you guys.
Love
It
you.
was the best. Wow. Okay. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a nice surprise, Tom. Thank you for that.
I told you we had a nice
Wasn't a
surprise.
surprise.
Well, how did he say that? So, good fun? What would he say?
Very much fun.
Very much fun.
Very much fun.
I told you I was under duress.
Very much fun.
You've got to start doing that for your promos for the affiliates. Join us tomorrow morning. We'll have very much fun.
There you go.
This can be your thing, man.
Okay.
That's your new
fun.
catchphrase.
Many fun.
And
Beautiful.
we'll come back with many fun things.
Okay.
All right.
Christy, we could actually squeeze in one of those stories. Do you have the robot story in there?
A special effects company has created an animatronic dolphin that you can swim with.
Really?
In an effort to save real dolphins from captivity.
Isn't that cool?
Edge Innovations developed the lifelike robot dolphin that can swim for 10 hours on a single battery charge.
What?
The company, founded by visual effects veteran Walter Conti, who has worked on films like Anaconda, The Abyss, Deep Blue Sea, and The Perfect Storm, developed an eerily lifelike robot dolphin as an alternative
Married to Mrs. Conti.
caging the highly intelligent animal in aquamarine.
She's moody.
In aquariums or marine parks.
Tall woman. She's
Christy,
a
I'm
big
sorry.
Conti.
Sorry to interrupt. But
No.
the boys have lost their
I
mind.
have a very good friend with that name, so you need to stop
really?
talking. Yes.
I always thought that would be the case.
Anita.
This is
I got
super
the look.
scary. This looks like a real dolphin.
Wow.
Well, it's supposed to. That's the whole point.
But I mean, it really does. Again,
What purpose does it serve again?
It keeps
swimming
real
with the dolphins is
dolphins.
terrible. Those dolphins are trapped.
So
you and I did that before we knew how horrible it
So
was.
you get fake dolphins and you swim with those?
Yeah.
These
Yes,
are
robotic.
multi-million-dollar robots.
They are not.
They cost up to $60 million.
They did
Well,
that
who's
for
gonna?
capital.
Nobody can afford that.
The dolphins are priced between $40 and $60 million.
Who in the world
That's
can
for
afford?
cap
Can you feed them
expenditures.
robot mackerel?
That's not what they made. That's not what they cost.
$60 million? That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
You can put up
That's
10
very much
schools
money.
for $60 million. What the hell? What do you mean?
I'm reading it right from Vice.
That's wrong.
God.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, I suppose these things look just like real dolphins.
So
They better for
how
60
many does he
million.
make? How many has?
Well, he only has to make one.
I think they've only made the one right now.
Call it a year, man.
They can down the road. They can make some money on Poipus.
Oh.
You know what? That flashed in my brain just before he said it, and I thought, oh my
denied it.
God,
Yeah.
no. And
Yeah.
I got the chills. It was so bad.
fell right out of his mouth. It's
Josh,
all
you just get in a bathtub and start playing with your Roomba.
it's all part of very much fun here on the show.
No, that swimming with the dolphins thing is terrible.
I'm sure there are some that are better than others.
I don't think so. The dolphins are kept in captivity.
I understand how that could be terrible, but I don't think anyone wants to swim with the fake dolphin.
No, you're right.
way,
And
no
especially for $60 million.
Well, they're not going to have to pay all of it.
What it's going to cost you to get your money back? You're going to have to charge people what?
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars?
$10,000 to swim with a fake dolphin.
Yeah.
What
Are
happens,
you
when,
in?
what happens when it short circuits?
This is like the early microwaves. Yeah, they were $5,000, but after a while, you get them for a couple hundred. Same thing with the robot dolphins. Look it up; they're pretty cool looking.
Hey, I swam with dolphins.
I am
on
looking it
vacation.
up.
Oh, you did, huh? How was that?
It wasn't a real dolphin; it was a fake dolphin.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How much did that set you back?
$9,000. Worth every
But you
penny.
didn't. You weren't part of a
Worth every
system
penny.
in trapping real dolphins.
Dolphins like being caged.
No, they don't.
There was a study done.
No, they do.
Yeah, they really enjoy it.
They feel safe.
Josh, I talked to a dolphin about what it thought about being in cages.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what it said?
there you go.
No. It said, I can't do it.
That's right.
When we come back,
Boy, this thing really does look like a real dolphin.
Doesn't it?
Like, yeah.
For $60 million, it better look
Yeah.
like
It look
a
like my
real
aunt.
dolphin.
it'll do your taxes.
I can always tell when it's a natural dolphin.
Because they have erections. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the Bob and Tom Show on Facebook. Get the link at bobandtom.com.
Will you look at those? My goodness. What a day and what a time for you to be a Bob and Tom VIP member. My goodness, you're a fan of the show. You could be experiencing it like this all the time. I mean, go to bobandtom.com, check out the VIP experience. Here's what you get. The full discography. You know they have hilarious CDs. You get exclusive podcasts, 24/7 access to Bob and Tom video and audio. Are you kidding me with this? My gosh, join the VIP experience and live a little, huh? Oh my goodness, that's terrific. These steaks are about ready, and I'd say dinner is about to be served, huh?
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
From the crazycockwine.com sports desk, I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom sports update. All-star outfielder Charlie Blackmon of the Colorado Rockies has become the first Major League Baseball player known to have tested positive for the coronavirus. A person familiar with Blackmon's situation confirmed the test result to the Denver Post, first reported Blackmon's condition on Tuesday. He's a four-time All-Star. The Canadian government says Major League Baseball has now submitted a plan to play in Toronto, and health authorities are examining it. A spokesperson for the Public Health Agency of Canada confirmed it is examining the restart plan. And Brooks Koepka chose to withdraw from the Travelers Championship because his caddy has tested positive for the virus. The four-time major champion feels even worse for his younger brother. Chase Koepka is trying to make it on the Challenge Tour in Europe, just like his brother once did. He made it through a Monday qualifier for a PGA Tour event, and both withdrew out of caution from being in close contact with someone who's tested positive. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I went to college thinking I'd find a great career. I won't get rich, but found my niche was babes and bars and beer. I skipped my morning classes, I didn't want to go. I spent my time searching for that hairy buffalo. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, let's have another beer. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I'm in my 5th college year. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, this campus life is great. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I hope I never graduate. A toga Saratoga party with Lynchburg lemonade. We all got drunk and headed for a midnight panty raid. We broke into the Kappa house, but no one seemed to care. It seems the girls of Kappa Row don't wear underwear. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, let's have another beer. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I'm in my 6th college year. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, this campus life is great. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I hope I never graduate. Hey, Sid, come here. Tell him that great story about the football game.
We went to the football game avoiding all the cops. The other guys were drinking beer. I was chugging schnapps. Someone scored a touchdown, although I couldn't see, because I was busy puking on the guy in front of me. His overcoat was ruined, and I felt really bad. He turned around, I puked again. It was my girlfriend's dad.
Chug-a-lug-a-lug, let's have another beer. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I'm in my 7th college year. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, this campus life is great. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I hope I never graduate. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, let's have another beer. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I'm in my 8th college year. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, this campus life is great. Chug-a-lug-a-lug, I hope I never graduate.
My date's dad. I was chugging that schnapps, and then I had those 2 hot dogs and that cracker jack, and I just blew chow all over his coat, and the little toy surprise landed right on his shoulder.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
By the way, I should mention I'm on my way to Louisville, Kentucky.
When are you going to start there?
I'm going to start there Wednesday night.
Well, you sure are early.
I'm way early.
You taking a Conestoga wagon there, Sam Houston?
I'm going back home.
Okay.
Well, that's a heck of a way to get to Louisville.
Yeah, I know. It's a roundabout way. But
it's that wife, isn't it? She's making you come back home.
No, she isn't making me come back home. I want to go back home because of my wife.
He likes his wife.
You know, I actually have a...
Who doesn't?
Yeah, we all like his wife.
Okay, all right. Look at him.
We can't wait till you go to Louisville.
We're all going to Chicago.
I bet we pass you on 65.
Haven't you seen her website? The other
947 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Sunshine 82, clear tonight down to 61, partly cloudy tomorrow. Slight chance for a thunderstorm, high 88, currently 70.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Did Al Jackson say he was driving a Dodge Challenger?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Nissan Altima.
He rents, but he owns a Dodge Challenger. Yes.
Nope.
Did you see
It's either a Challenger or a Charger, one of the two.
That's in the news today. Did you see this?
Wow, that's not even fascinating at all.
No, I've got a really good story. I'm serious.
Okay.
I thought you had this. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I can see I'm about to be picked on, but that's okay. I've got a happy story.
What?
I think it's really good here. First off, there's Ace, there's Chick, there's Josh, I'm Tom. Chick McGee, of course, at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. In the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom, it's Christy Lee.
Hi.
Now, let's say hi to Willie over there behind the glass.
Hey.
And Pat Godwin. Hey, Pat.
Hello.
I think this is a great story.
All right.
You're not going to like it. It's just too sweet and nice.
What?
A guy in Oklahoma bought a Dodge Challenger that his father had purchased back in 1974.
Yeah?
That's cool.
According to the original bill of sale, this guy's name is Bobby Bonsick Sr., had bought the car for $3,600 at an Illinois dealership, but sold it after he moved to Oklahoma and started a family. He sadly died when his son, Bobby Jr., was just 8 years old. Now he's an adult, and he decided to search for the vehicle, and he actually found it being sold in San Diego, California.
No kidding.
Found the actual vehicle.
Found the actual Dodge Challenger that his father had bought back in '74.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I like that.
That's so neat. And because his dad had to give up the car to raise the family. What a nice, happy story.
Yeah.
Probably weird thinking about the fact that he was conceived in the backseat.
Oh, yeah, that could be strange.
I'm sorry. Just a nice, happy story. Time now to review what happened in history on this day.
Okay.
Oh, history.
Do we have time
History?
for that?
I don't think so.
Okay, then let's review what we did in the show. Sorry.
Time now for Things We Learned Today on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Grainger. Delivering the products to keep your facility running is what Grainger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We found out that I asked John from our staff to restock the so-called green room.
Yeah.
And he bought
An S-load.
a pallet of nuts.
So many.
That we actually posted a picture. There are dozens of boxes of various
varieties and amount of nuts that you can only imagine.
And in the world of radio, one of the first things you learn is you don't want to eat salty food like nuts.
I never heard that in all my life.
It's apparently week 3 of radio school.
Yeah, apparently.
Week 3 is what you said.
Attended a lesser radio
school.
I didn't. I attended my high school radio school. It was
the
great.
guy that, first of all, the Segway, the vehicle called the Segway.
Yes.
They spell it Segway.
No one cares.
Made famous by Paul Blart. No, it's famously they're stopping the manufacture of the thing. It was a flop.
You think there'll be a bulletin on NBC today when they've stopped making
Breaking news: Segway is going away.
That would be the way to do it. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Actually, the story was on NBC News 2 nights ago.
Let's
see.
It wasn't a bulletin.
According to Mr. Godwin, whenever I go to Starbucks drive-thru, I'm holding up the line. That's a lie.
Absolutely true.
Whenever
Last
he
Sunday.
goes, there you are holding things
We
up.
found out that my son Willie has to smoke pot in the morning because I have stomach problems.
Oh, gosh.
I smoke pot because of you. There, I'll say it. Damn it, I'll say it.
Truth right there.
Hey, he has stomach problems. You make him sick.
Daddy issues.
Mommy drinks because you cry.
Okay, Pat Godwin. I want to see if you were paying attention, Pat.
All right.
That giant paddle that you use to take
Peel.
pizzas, very good, out of a pizza oven is
Good
called a peel.
Lord.
P-E-E-L. Very good, Pat.
That was aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting angry.
Somehow, during the break, you guys missed it. I had to suffer through Josh and Chick talking about the TV show Mama's Family. Jeez.
Big fan. Big
Josh
fan.
maintained it's one of the best situation comedies ever on television.
Are you serious?
Consistently entertaining.
I
said
cannot. I've never watched even a second. of
Definite
it.
miss.
It may be
Horrible.
great. I don't
Ace
know.
agrees with me.
I never miss it on the Carol Burnett show, but the series, no, thank you.
Ken Berry makes it.
Yeah, the terrific Ken Bear. Thanks a lot, Mama.
That was a catchphrase?
That's essentially, yeah. Mama. I loved it.
Man.
I'd watch it today.
Wait a minute. Maybe I'm going to give it another chance.
Josh's perception of my perception of Josh is that he's just a fat masturbator.
That's it. That's right.
That's only because of all your comments.
Yes.
About how I'm fat and masturbate.
Right.
Josh is a fat masturbator. I'm a stoner. Chick's an alcoholic. We all know what you think of us.
We all know.
And I have to.
Wow, 3 out of 3. Willie is
None of us have
home
real
run king.
lives or live in real homes.
And they're sterilizing monkeys in Thailand. And Ben Roethlisberger has a serious porn and what was his other problem? Booze.
Alcohol
He's
and
trying to
porn.
get himself sorted out. Oh, and then we got some cool links to some skiing stuff. Oh boy, the world's oldest heli-skier. Hell of a cool thing. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.